The fun times continued for Norwich in hard-hit New Britain. Yes, Kenny Noe keeping it going, a big two-run home run, and Mike Fiataroni give him hits in 12 straight games. A big triple for him and the Sea Unicorns finding another comeback answer late. The bullpen shutting things down. It is 3 straight wins for Norwich. They're back to 500 for the first time since early July. Those New Britain Bees are back in the Rose City. It's the 9th of 10 meetings between the two ball clubs. The Battle of Connecticut. It's the 9th installment here tonight. Good evening, baseball fans. Adam Plager, Logan Rundy with you. It's the Capital Property Group pregame show. We're happy to be with you. Boy, this team is rolling right now and finding different ways to get the job done.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. They got to control their own destiny. They're doing everything they can since we spoke last week. Just one game on that Saturday, and they're back here on the Tuesday after a scheduled day off on Sunday and a deserved rest yesterday with the rain in Nashua. So this team's got to be ready to go this week, as we're going to talk about, I'm sure, a bunch throughout the show this evening. It's just one more win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Win, and you're in. Norwich a chance to punch their ticket back to the postseason for the 4th consecutive summer, hoping for a little bit more magic here in 2026. How about this? 5-1 coming out of the All-Star break. It was a big stretch to get out of it. What have you liked from this group?
The group's playing well. Yeah, the errors are down, but the offense is the big thing. It was a question mark when they were going to show up. They've shown up at the right time, post All-Star break, and a little bit before as well. But especially with Mike Fiataroni coming back after that break, he's been fantastic, and he's led the charge.
It seems like the big wins for Norwich has been that couple of games against Nashua. It's been a lot of comeback efforts, back and forth game. Yes, Saturday in New Britain, but the resilience is at another level.
It really is, and this group's, doing it, whether it's they have to earn it or they've run into the run-of-the-mill where they've got some luck on their side as well, and that's what you need at this time of the year. You need some of that, good baseball, but also just a couple of things to roll your way as well. This group's had a lot thrown at them early on in the summer, and they're finally being rewarded with some of the gifts themselves.
Let's go back to that big win on Saturday. Kenny Noe, a big part in that. The 4th time this summer, he's been named the Futures League Player of the Night. How about that home run coming from the right side of the plate?
Yeah, again, we talk about all the time that Kenny claims to us that it's all the power's from the left, but there's, of course, some pop in that right area. He went swinging that way. It was good to see. It was a nice, pretty swing as well. Good balance in his swing. Did a really good job of hitting that thing out of the ballpark.
Yeah, no doubt. A 3-hit effort for him. I mean, left side, right side, that is a challenge to do. And he had hits from both sides of the plate that ball game.
Yeah, it's a guy that's been really good for us all year long, whether that be hitting it to the opposite field, either side. The defense is something that probably isn't as sharp as he had wanted to be all year. He's made the plays he's needed to play. But again, errors have been, a factor in his game this summer, which is rare. But it's been the offense that's absolutely taken over. So that's a way to kind of substitute it in a way. And he's done a good job mentally to get over that hump.
It's pretty nice when your leadoff guy has that power.
Yeah. It's great to have that power, and especially when you have the power that he does in all fields. It's not pull power, it's not opposite field power, it's pretty much anywhere in the ballpark. So when you have that, and a guy that gets on a lot, one of the best here on this team at doing so in that leadoff spot, and it gives way to those guys 2 through 4. And we've talked about it many times this summer. It's those guys 1 through 4 that are going to set the tone, and he does a great job in the one spot usually.
No doubt about that. Well, you can't win ball games unless your bullpen is locking it down. And they have been elite. Roll the tape. They covered 6 innings in that big win.
Yeah, they needed to as well. I mean, obviously that New Britain offense is good. Joyce Lawson is, of course, the headliner of that group. But at the same time, you have to find ways to pitch around the other guys as well. They're very good 1 through 9. They're probably right in the middle of this league in terms of their 1 through 9 lineup. And they do a really good job of putting the ball in play. They don't strike out very often. And that's what it took from this bullpen. It's a very strikeout-heavy bullpen. They were able to do that a lot on Saturday. And just finding different ways to get guys out has been the goal all year, and they did a good job of it. I thought maybe the best job all year this past weekend.
Yeah, no doubt. Sean Connolly had a slow start. He has been far improved. He struck out the side in one of his 2 innings out of relief. What has been the adjustment from him?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's just composure. When you start here, and we'll talk about it a little bit later with Joe DeLanzo, it can be a little bit overwhelming, to come into a new situation and find different ways to get guys out. And you almost pitch out of your comfort zone. I think Sean has really settled into the summer, and he's done a really good job, especially on Saturday.
Well, speaking of Sean Flannery ran into a tricky spot in the 9th inning. He works his way out of a big jam.
Yeah, it's all about growth for him going to UConn this fall, and he's going to, again, face adversity. We've talked about it. It's not the first time that he's been in situations like that, through the walks mostly. And I think in this situation, just able to kind of shut the door in New Britain's face and pretty much to set the tone.
Yeah, let's get those stats up on your screen. This bullpen, during the current winning streak, has allowed just 5 earned runs over the last 3 games. Opponents are hitting under 250 against this group. 12 punch-outs, 7 walks. They're keeping the walk rate down, and they are missing some bats.
Yeah, and they are, and the bullpen's been really good. And at the start of the season, that's really where the strong point was. The bullpen really did a good job, and the starting pitching just couldn't happen. Then in the middle point of the season, it really started to pick up when it got in there and arms started to get tired. This bullpen's probably been the MVP overall for this group this summer. With the bullpen and the offense in the position that it's in now, it's resulted in a lot of wins.
It has, no doubt about that. They're going to need them to step up here tonight. How do you keep that consistency? Because it has been a militia back there in the bullpen. Different guys stepping up, and you need it. You can't rely on the same 3, 4, 5 arms, or you will burn out.
Yeah, you will burn out, and I think it's exactly that. You have to use a multitude of arms, and it's with 4 games in the next 3 days, they're going to have to use a lot. This is going to be test number 1. Can you get a good start from Jacob Trigg, which we'll talk about? Can you minimize the bullpen on day 1 of a 3-game homestand, if you will? Find different ways to get guys out. It all starts with Trigg tonight for the whole homestand, and it's got to be consistent from the starters all 4 games, that is.
Well, we're looking for some more consistency because, yes, win and you're in. How about some of the big moments that have brought Norwich to this point in the summer? Please roll the tape. We've talked about the gifts. It all started back in Lowell on July 15th. Norwich trailing 5-1, but fear not, TJ Bayer made his biggest swing, and that started to get this thing going.
Yeah, it really was in the middle of July when this group really started to put things together. This home run was a season-shifting hit, in my opinion. I think if you don't win that game down low, you really have an uphill climb. Did a great job in that situation.
He's been great defensively. Let's roll it out to July 24th against the Nashville Silver Knights. Arguably one of the bigger wins this summer, finding a way to get the job done. I mean, that 7th inning was real massive.
Yeah, it was huge. That game, Nashua, simply put, just kind of threw it away and different types of errors, and the bullpen was not sharp. It's been an area for concern for the Silver Knights and what may end up being their downfall. Norwich took advantage of it, and that's all you can do.
It is all you can do. An error, and all of a sudden the Sea Unicorns had it going. Some big hits that ball game. C.J. Nolan with the big double, and then closing things down. But the good times did not stop against the Silver Knights on July 24th. Just 6 short days later, the Sea Unicorns found themselves at Holman Stadium, down 6-1. But that team was far from out of the fight.
Yeah, it's been 2 months ago. I don't think we've come back in those games. They've really turned into the comeback kids over here. And the last probably 6 weeks of the summer, just finding different ways to win in desperate situations. And it's a testament to this group. And of course, you start at the top with managers Zach Gitcher and all the way down the coaching staff and to all the players as well. He's done an unbelievable job in terms of the morale of this group. And you can see that from the way they play.
Jackson Powers was the hero that night. He was the Futures League performer of the night. Huge hits for him. He was driving the bus for the offense. And then we keep it rolling to end the month of July against the Worcester Bravehearts. A big win against a postseason bound team. They are in, and the Sea Unicorns get the job done at home.
Yeah, I think that was probably the best home game start to finish. They were in the driver's seat the entirety of the night, finding different ways to win individual battles, whether that's at the plate, whether it's on the mound. I really felt like this group invigorated the crowd as well. I just feel like it was a complete effort, probably the most complete effort I've seen all year, and it's going to be important in these 4 games. Can you elevate above that? Can you take that next step in the direction as they hopefully head to the postseason?
5 runs in that big 4th inning, and then the defense has been shining bright. 2 errors were committed that game, but no bigger play than the hot glove at the hot corner. Mike Fiataroni, EV98 off the bat. How about that reaction time?
Yeah, Mike's been great on the defensive side all year, and we've talked about his versatility. It's just one of those plays that makes him more and more important and keeps him in this lineup. You're not taking him out anytime soon, and he's just been more impressive on the offensive side, but it was good to see the glove as well.
The Norwich brought themselves back to 500 on Saturday. They got it done against the New Britain Bees. Kenny Noe, he set the tone with maybe his most sure home run of the summer.
Yeah, just being able to blast that thing over the fence, as you mentioned, from the right-hand side, and just finding different ways for him to get on. We're not expecting Kenny to hit home runs, although he's been one of the drivers of that department this year. And it's for him to get on and find different ways to create offense. That Tonight it was the home run, but it's been in so many other ways as well, which makes him arguably one of the best players in this league.
Mike Fiataroni's on an MVP run. He's got hits in 12 straight games. Another big one, that RBI triple, using all fields.
Yeah, using all fields as well. And Mike, in my opinion, it should be in the driver's seat, especially come the end of the season here with the two other guys now departing from their respective club. That's St. Dennis and Connor Smith as well. He's gone to Nashville at this point. So I feel like he's in the driver's seat. He's got to have an MVP week.
No doubt about that. And Sean Flannery give him his 5th save of the summer. So Norwich has wins in 3 straight games. Those were the big moments to stand up this very night. Win, and you're in Norwich hoping to punch that ticket here tonight. Take our first time out on the Capital Property Group pregame show. On the other side, we chat with the assistant coach of the Sea Unicorns, Joe DeLanzo, on the Clubhouse Report. Sea Unicorns
owner at my Capital partnership.
Welcome to the Clubhouse Report. It's the final week of the season, this time with Joe DeLanzo. We'll take a page back from last week. Saturday was the last time this group played. It was a win against New Britain. What were some of the things that went well offensively, Joe?
Offensively, we had a great two-strike approach. We didn't really strike out much, but we got into a lot of two-strike counts, but we didn't strike out much. We also kept our feet still, played the game the right way, and we feel like the game rewards those kind of things. Playing the game the right way will reward you eventually. Like Koff, for example, Koff moved his feet, next at-bat gets drilled by one, gets 2 knocks after. So, I mean, we believe in baseball gods, and they helped us out.
You got to believe in the baseball gods, especially this time of year. The Unicorns are up to a 500 record after being well below that line for the large majority of the first half of the year. You see this New Britain team twice this week. Once tonight, you'll get a break from them tomorrow. You'll see a doubleheader against Westfield, and then you'll see them on Thursday. What are some of the keys you've learned throughout the season so far to beat this group?
Well, they're an unbelievable team. They're very, very well coached, and they play the game hard. They have guys, we've seen different lineups from them every time, and they have guys 1 through 19, 20 guys, hitters they got. So let's really just stay with our approach, right? We're not really, we say we play the game. We're not playing the opponent, right? We're playing the game. So we're trying to play the game the right way, play the game hard, and just adjust throughout the game and do what we do best.
Yeah, it's the final week of the year as well. You'll get 3 of those games, 3 days, I should say, 4 games here at home. This group is not good at home to start the season, to put it lightly. And what do you think at home has changed over the last 2 or 3 weeks?
I think guys are nervous to play at home, to be honest with you. I mean, we have at least 1,500 people here at game, and I mean, we're the best fans in the league, right? So I guess sometimes it's a little intimidating for guys, and then started getting used to it a little bit and being like, wow. Because even when we were struggling, they were behind us, and we saw the support, and they just kept staying with it, put their head down, and then eventually we started winning at home, and now it got even more enjoyable to win at home. So
yeah, it's been fun to win here at home, and it's going to be really important here this week. It's the final stretch. You guys have not played this week after the Sunday scheduled off day and the rain out yesterday against Nashua. How does this group have to set the tone to start the week?
Go out and punch first, right? So we got Straight on the mound. I forgot who we got on the bump. Whoever we got on the bump, and the rain out messed me up a little bit, but we got whoever we got on the mound is to go out there and compete. Right? Get the leadoff batter out, and then we come back, punch back in the first. That's really the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Boys are ready to compete. They got to punch first tonight against the electric New Britain team, especially that offense on the other side. This has been the Clubhouse Report with Joe DeLanzo.
Great stuff as always down there. 1-0 Joe. He's a natural. Clubhouse Report with him. Big challenge tonight. So how about we take a look at lineup 53 of the summer for Zach Gitcher. Let's get that up there on your screen. And who else are you going to lead this thing off with? Kenny Noe. He's up at the top, followed by TJ Bayer. Let's guess. Mike Fiataroni, yup, and Jackson Powers. That top 4, boy, they have been a fixture at the top. Why change it?
You don't, and that's a simple answer. I don't want to be a broken record here. That's the top 4 that should be up there in that order as well. There's nothing else to say, but that group's been incredible all year. JP
Kuzik has really found his swing. He will bat 5th. He's got the catching duties, and Tyler Jones has been a bee killer this summer. You know you want him right back in there.
Yeah, he has been. The defense has got to step up from TJ. I know I'm hard on him. I love the guy. He's one of my favorite personalities in this group, but on a real serious note, the defense has been an area of concern, and I think it's kept him out of this lineup here over the past week or so sometimes, and this is your moment. Try to find a way against a New Britain team that you've done really well against to continue to insert yourself and make a difference.
Henry Ayers will bat 7th. He's the designated hitter. Carter Grand back in there, a guy who has not seen some run. Expected to see a bigger role this week. How do you get him going? He's been in and out of that lineup.
Yeah, it's hard, right? For him, it's all about putting the ball in play, minimizing the strikeouts, putting good swings on it. It's one of the first times that J.P. Cusick and him are in the lineup. They've shared the lineup for a large portion of that year down in Fairfield. It'll be interesting to see them both in there and how they kind of feed off their energy. I expect for him.
Ready to go on a Tuesday night here at Dodd Stadium. The Norwich Sea Unicorns and the New Britain Bees, the Battle of Connecticut, the 9th installment of it this summer. Norwich still looking for their first home win against the Bees. Lost a heartbreaker 11-10 back here July 25th. Pitch from Schrag. This is a broken bat. Carter Grant comes racing in at second. He'll toss to first. There is one out. So Jacob Schrag continues to roll right along here as a starting pitcher. Entered with an ERA sub 2.5 as a starter, and really good for Norwich. Stonehill product retires Kuja on 2 pitches. Adam Plager, Logan Rundy with you here high above home plate on a Tuesday night. Norwich did not play yesterday. They were rained out in Nashua. Strike from the full windup to Garbushian. He deals the first pitch strike to Tyler Garbushian. He's at second base today for New Britain. The Bees team 14 games over 500, 4 back of Vermont for first place in the Futures League. Down and away, breaking ball misses, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, it's going to be the top 4 of these lineups for both sides that are going to make the difference in tonight's ball game. A lot of power, a lot of star power that is at the top.
On 1-1, fouled back, and Garbushian fighting here with 2 strikes on him. Schrag with 17 strikeouts in a starting role. He went 4 innings of scoreless baseball. His last time out for Norwich, July 26th. Dominant outing against the Lowell Spinners. His 1-2 home. High fastball misses 2-2.
Yeah, Schrag's going to have to be around the zone all night. Bees are not ones to chase. Got to make it interesting, but you can't make it too good either.
Schrag expected to be one of those guys in that rotation come the postseason. Norwich, their magic number down to just 1 game. And a win here today, they are in. And they are going to have to deal with a very dangerous Bees team. 17-8 on the road. And they are one of the best road teams in the Futures League. Matt Gedman's side has them playing some of their best baseball right now. 8-2 over their last 10. There's ball 4. So Garbushian walks. And not the outcome Schrag was looking for. He meets with a tough customer in George Slauson.
Yeah, probably one of the toughest customers in the Futures League, especially with a right-hander on the hill. It's going to be tough for Schrag. He's got to be careful with him as well. You put a ball too much in the zone, it'll leave the ballpark in a hurry as well.
This is a scary lineup. Their team batting average 4th in the Futures League overall. Right on left with Slauson batting. Takes high and away, ball 1. So, boy, strikes are going to be a key today.
They sure are. And with Slauson up there, you're going to work a lot of ways. A massive pull hitter, but he can have the capability of going that way as well. Jones has to be heads up.
Take a look at the numbers for Schrag in a moment. There's a foul ball off the luxury suite deck out of play. Here are those numbers for Jacob Schrag. He's the starter today for Norwich. Big outing for him. What should we know about the Norwich right-hander?
Yeah, fastballs early. You've seen it to all 3 hitters. They start with a fastball, then the slider's going to be incorporated, at least to right-handers. Later on it counts, and the changeup, of course, will be used in and out.
Even count on George Slauson. Was at St. A's this past season, and he raked. He slugs 1 foul. He was robbed of a home run last game, turned into a double and an out at home plate. Boy, that was a controversial call, and boy, Norwich certainly caught a break. Certainly looked like it left the ballpark from that video broadcast. They do such a great job with their stream in New Britain and caught a great angle of it in Norwich. Boy, sometimes the baseball gods are with you. Slauson chases the high heat. He's punched out down by way of the K, so Schrag keeps the beat rolling. There are 2 gone. Here's Norwich's defense on a Tuesday night. Tyler Jones back at the hot corner. He's at third base. Kenny Noe's the shortstop on the right side of the infield. Carter Grand at second with Mike Fiataroni over at first, the outfield left to right. Jackson Powers, David Pengel, TJ Bayer, JP Kusick is doing the catching today. There goes the base runner. Fastball misses upstairs. Good throw from Kusick, and that tag is not in time. Boy, Schrey can't believe it. What a gun from Kusick, and he didn't get the call.
Yeah, I think this is on Kenny Noe here. This is a good throw. Garbushin goes on the outside of the bag. Noe goes to the front of the bag, and I don't think he gets a hand on him. Good slide from the outside from Bush.
So Garbushian is in scoring position. He drew that one-out walk. 2 outs in the inning. Left-handed hitter Tim Hennig, a all-star this summer for the Bees, and they had lots of them representing New Britain at Holman Stadium in the Futures League All-Star game this season, and for good reason. They are towards the top of the Futures League.
Got to be careful here if you're Schrey. This is kind of the battle you got to win here. You got to retire 3 out of the 4 at the top.
Hitters count 2-0 on Tim Hennig with a man in scoring position. This is lofted in the air. TJ Bayer has a long way to go out there. Shy of the warning track, he'll haul it in. And that'll do it. So Schrey works around a 1-out walk. New Britain nothing in the Norwich offense when we come back.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Welcome back to Norwich, Connecticut. The Sea Unicorns put up a scoreless frame. They're going to have a tough offensive night, though. The challenge on the other side is Garrett Garbinski, one of the best pitchers here in the Futures League. Good lineup, though, against them, especially this top 4 we've talked about for both sides. Kenny Noe will lead it off, the shortstop, the Monmouth product. Looking to get things started for the Sea Unicorns offense.
Important day for him. He's coming off Futures League Player of the Night honors. Went 3 for 5 on Saturday. He stands in the lefty box with the right-hander Garrett Garbinski, the Yukon Husky on the rubber, second-year New Britain B. An all-star this summer for Matt Gedman, and he has been as advertised. This 0-1. Chopper to first. It is handled over there by George Slauson, and there is 1 out. Let's take a look at Zach Hitcher's lineup card on a Tuesday, 53rd edition of it. Here's TJ Bayer. He'll bat second in right field. Mike Fiataroni at third at first base. Jackson Powers in the cleanup spot. He's the left fielder. JP Kusick does the catching, batting fifth. Tyler Jones has been dynamite against New Britain. He's at the hot corner, batting sixth. Henry Ayers is the DH. He'll bat seventh. Carter Grant at second, hitting eighth. And David Pengel, one-time New Britain B, now Northeastern Husky, will round it out. So this is an important game for Norwich. They know they have a shot to clinch a berth here tonight. They are going to have to do it against one of the best arms in the Futures League. There's that fastball just inside 1-1. This is a good test for Norwich, and if the season were to end today, this would be their opponent in the opening round of the postseason and very well there. Game 1 opposing starter Garbinski dots the outside corner, and boy, has he been special, not just this summer, last summer as well. Has stolen them plenty of games, and he is always around the strike zone. He's got leverage on Bayer. Ball in 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2, just outside 2-2.
Yeah, really good help back there by Ian Wirtz. His presentation is one of the best, if not the best, here in the Futures League. So he's got a great framer behind the plate. The first slider that Garbinski threw missed, and Wirtz was able to put it back in.
Here's the offering. Chopper to short. Shops comes scurrying in his throw. It is in time. There's 2 gone. Here is the Bees defensive alignment here on this Tuesday at Dodd Stadium. Over at third base here tonight, it is Nico Amick-Angelo. Grady Shops, we just met him. He's at short. Tyler Garbushian at second, and George Slauson at first. The outfield left to right. Owen Rich in left. Vincent Lombardo's been on a tear. He's in center field, and Ben Cuja will command right field. It's Ian Wirtz, as you mentioned. He's back behind the plate. Garbinski's offering. There's that breaking ball. Dots the bottom of the zone. Strike 1 on Fiataroni. Boy, I tell you what, good luck tonight for the Norwich offense with this pitch mix for Garbinski. How do you attack him?
You got to get ahead early as Fiataroni swings through strike 2, and I think you have to find a way to get to the fastball. You got to put him in counts that are in hitters' favors, and so far Garbinski has not been in one count that has not been in his favor.
He's got full control on TJ Bayer. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Garrett Garbinski, as advertised, rolls through the top of the Norwich lineup to the second inning on the other side.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
We head to the second inning here tonight at Dodd Stadium. It is no score between the Bees and Sea Unicorns, and what a pitching matchup we have tonight.
Yeah, Garbinski did a really good job. I mean, as efficient as it gets, not too many pitches, and I think he wins inning number 1. Jacob Schrag allowed a base runner, but I thought he was a little wild in the inning as well. Got to get that fastball across for strike 1. Garbinski did that really well and better than Schrag in the first inning.
Let's take a look at the New Britain Bees lineup card here today for Matt Gedman. Ben Cuja at the top, followed by Tyler Garbushian. Then it's George Slauson at first base, Tim Hennig in the cleanup spot. Vincent Lombardo's in center field. Owen Rich bats 6th in left field. Ian Wirtz does the catching, batting 7th. Nico Amick-Angelo over at third base, hitting 8th. And Grady Shops, he'll round it out, the shortstop. No easy outs, 1 through 9. Waving a miss on a wipeout slider.
It's a good pitch, not one that he usually starts with to start at bats. However, good mix of pitches there from Jacob Schrag.
Here's Vincent Lombardo. Here in Futures League Player of the Night 3 times over his first week with the Bees. The Yukon soon-to-be Husky against the Stonehill commit. Count leverage for the right-hander is offering, foul tipped back to the screen. Boy, anytime you go up against somebody's ace in Garrett Garbinski on the other side, boy, it always raises your compete level and certainly feels like this has the making to be a great opportunity for Schrag. His 0-2 overthrew that fastball. You have to relish those opportunities when you get the nod on the hill against one of the best, and Garbinski has been their Tuesday guy this summer, and He was scheduled today, and a good challenge for the Norwich offense, who went down in order. The 1-2 pitch, down and away, 2-2.
Well, and you mentioned it. I mean, as it sits right now, Norwich is 4th place with Worcester having the one game more win, if you will. And so to make it into 3rd place, Garbinski's probably a game 1 starter.
No doubt about that. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He wiped him out. Jacob Schrake's got his 2nd strikeout of the night. He wipes out Vincent Lombardo on a beauty.
Yeah, he really does. Good pitch mix here. Starts with the slider, finishes with the slider, a couple of fastballs in between. This is one of the best sliders he's thrown all year. Knee level, then down in the basement. If you're going to miss, you miss like that and get a strikeout.
Maybe the best slider this summer from Jacob Schrager, and he really finished that delivery.
Definitely one of them.
Here is Owen Rich. He's out in left field today. He cuts and fouls off strike 1. So Rich, out of Binghamton University and Wallingford, Connecticut, stands in the back of the lefty box. The high Sox here today for Rich. Count control for Schragen. That first pitch strike is everything tonight. Gets a swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, that goes with the changeup that time. He's mixing off speed. Didn't have a feel for the fastball. He was aware of it, makes the adjustment.
So Schragen in the driver's seat, hunting his 3rd K. He gets a foul off. Went with that high heater. And Schragen much better around the zone. His 2nd inning out there has been a strike thrower and has full leverage on Owen Rich. Schragen rocks and deals home. Swung on and foul tipped in and out of the mid. Kuzik nearly punched him out with another changeup.
Yeah, it's a good battle here by the left fielder, Rich. It's going to be whoever gets into the bullpen first. Those foul balls are going to add up.
Schrager looking for that put-out pitch. He gets a fly ball in the air. T.J. Bayer territory. They'll size it up. 2 down here in this 2nd inning. Fans looking to go to the dentist at Griswold Dental. You're more than a patient. You're a part of the Griswold Dental family. Find out more at griswolddental.net. So 2 gone. It'll bring up the catcher, Ian Wirtz. So a couple of fly balls to right field today for Schrager. 2 punch-outs, and he gets a wave and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, both pitchers have had their ace stuff to start it. Schrager is doing a good job, but more credit to Kuzik here, just mixing up the pitches.
JP, a veteran backstop, someone we highlighted in the opener, gets strike 2 across. A guy that is going to be instrumental in Schrager's success tonight. 5th year going to Maryland, and he's been around the college game a long time. 0-2, swing and a miss, struck him out. 3rd punch out of the day, and Schrager cruises through the 2nd inning to the home half, scoreless in Norwich. Corn fans, want to watch the Sea Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962 and reserve your suite today.
If you own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
We go to the home half of the 2nd inning here at Dodd Stadium. Dominant stuff from Garrett Garbinski to open things up. He'll be greeted by the middle of the Norwich order: Jackson Powers, J.P. Kuzik and Tyler Jones as Norwich tries to get their offense rolling today. Sea Unicorns donning their traditional home white uniforms, the Sea Unicorn scripture in gold across the chest, gold numbers on the back, and the blue piping down the side of the white pants. Here's Garbinski's offering. Goes with that breaking ball. It missed upstairs ball one with the curveball. The Bees in their road black tops and the NB in the upper left. And the gold numerals with the white outline on the back. Fastball downstairs 2-0 on Jackson Powers, the St. Anselm product, against Garrett Garbinski, who is on the hill here today. And the first time that Garbo has fallen behind his 2-0 pitch. Fastball missing outside for, check that, it's ruled in the zone, strike one. On 2-1 to the plate. Bouncing ball to first. Gobbled up by Slauson. He'll underhand toss over to the right-hander Garbinski. And the first four set down in order here today, in a similar start to the second inning here today for the Norwich offense on a roller to first base. And no worries for George Slauson. It'll bring up J.P. Kuzik. So Kuzik will dig into the back of the righty box. Norwich still hunting their first base runner of the ball game. Here's the pitch home. He just missed down and away, ball one. Good fastball. And it is sizzling here tonight for Garbinski. Garbinski began his collegiate career at Manhattan University before transferring to UConn. It's even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Garbinski's full wind-up pitch home. This is cracked to left field. It's over the head of the left fielder who leaps and reaches. It's hauled in there by the left fielder, Owen Rich. Boy, that was cracked off the bat of J.P. Kuzik, and he nearly had extra bases. Playing in out there was Rich. It was over his head, and he had a leap to grab it. 2 outs. Here's Tyler Jones. Garbinski out of Clinton, Connecticut. 5'11", 196 pounds on the rubber is offering. That's at the top of the zone, ruled for strike one. Garbinski at UConn logged 16 in a third inning, struck out 18. It's a bouncing ball to third, handled by Amick Angelo. His throw in plenty of time. And Garbinski has retired 6 in a row to begin his night. Toe-to-toe are the two right-handers. Tonight we're scoreless in Norwich. Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base. Show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. The middle, Irizarry charging in, fires to first, no-hitter tonight for Hector Alejandro. The Norwich Sea Unicorns are back-to-back future league champions. Turning around third, coming home to score is Fiataroni. Say goodnight to the Bees. Bryce Detweiler calls game in the 12th inning. Walsh charges in. He snaps it across the diamond. Say goodnight to the Bees. 3 straight championships in the Rose City. We head to the third inning tonight in Norwich. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Bees offense. Nico Amick, Angelo, Grady Shops, and Ben Kuja. Just one base runner so far today. There's the offering. That's lifted out to center field, get down a base hit. So Nico Amick, Angelo starts the horn in the Bees offense here in the third inning. Their second hit of the ball game. He squared one up on the button. And Schrag will deal with the leadoff base runner. First leadoff man to reach today is in the form of Nico Amick, Angelo. Here's Grady Shops. He's over at shortstop here today. Shops, soon to be junior at Salve Regina, out of Fairfield, Connecticut. Craig checking in on the base runner aboard. That is Nico Amick, Angelo. Had the leadoff knock to begin this third inning. Schrag is set. The pitch home to Shops. That just missed inside, 1-0. The key, as we've talked about with Schrag, is first pitch strikes. A manageable lead at first, which is quickly widening for Amick, Angelo. He's not going. The pitch home inside, 2-0. Fastball missing on the Salve product. Shops. 6'1", 180. This past season at Salve posted a .290 batting average with 6 extra base hits. Hitters count the 2-0. Inside, 3-0. So a dangerous situation looming for Schrag, who surrendered a leadoff knock to Amick, Angelo. And he's behind on Shops, 3-0. Schrag brings it set on the first base side of the rubber. Kicks and deals home. That missed. It's ball 4. So a 4-pitch free pass. And first base is aboard for Shops. Turn it over, Ben Kuja. So a precarious start to the third inning today for Schrag, who rolled through the middle of the order in the second inning. Still hunting the first out in this third inning. Top of the order, Ben Kuja. Kuja grounded out to second. Double play is available for Norwich. Schrag set. 2 on, nobody out. His offering. That's ruled for ball 1. Might have missed up top. It's a 1-0 count on Ben Kuja. The pitch, that's spiked in there. It's missing. And now we have our crowd sound working. Always want to make sure you can hear the ambiance here today at Dodd Stadium. A great production crew with us here tonight, as always, bringing you Futures League action here from the Rose City. 2-0 count on Kuja. Schrag waffling with his control his pitch. That's on the outside corner. Good change of speed. And Schrag trying to work back in the count with Ben Kuja batting in the lefty box. Kuja, a second-year New Britain B out of Brandeis University, Madison, Connecticut local, with a couple ducks on the pond. Schrag's 2-1 home, way outside, 3-1. Fans, one more thirsty Thursday remains at Dodd Stadium. It is this Thursday, August 6th, against these New Britain Bees, the Norwich Sea Unicorns. Can't wait to welcome you back to Dodd Stadium, 6:30 first pitch. And you can crush it like Quentin with $2 beer specials on Narragansett at the hole-in-the-wall bar down the first base side. There's ball 4, so I'm not sure where that missed. According to the home plate umpire here tonight,
the second baseman, Tyler.
That is John D. Girolamo. DJ Nadeau at first, Eric Goldstein, the second base umpire. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And a compact strike zone here for Schrag in this
third inning. He's still hunting his first out. So a scary scene for Jacob Schrag and the Bees, a chance to bust this ball game open. Here's Tyler Garbushian. He walked. 2 walks and the leadoff single from Amick Angelo have them loaded. Nobody out, and a dangerous spot here for Jacob Schrag. The Stonehill commit, transfer from Post University, hoping to wander his way out of it. A foul off down the right side, strike one. Boy, that's the key. Heading counts early. And Zach Kitcher has preached with this staff. Put your stuff in the zone, believe in it, and allow your defense to make the play behind you. Norwich has a plus outfield defensively. Cannon from TJ Bayer. He has 5 outfield assists this summer. Garbushian, a guy that will go to the opposite field. Well, you have to imagine Garbushian's just trying to get something in the air and bring home that run. Bouncing ball up the middle, trapped by Noe to second for 1, and that is going to be the only play Norwich will get. RBI ground out Tyler Garbushian on a chopper headed up the middle, and Noe able to team up with Carter Grand. There's 1 out. It's 1-0 Bees. So runners now stationed at the corners. Garbushian at first. And aboard at third is Grady Shops. So here's George Slauson. He's homered at Dodd Stadium in his career. Came last summer in the championship. I was having a conversation with the skipper yesterday, Zach Gitcher, on most dangerous bats in the Futures League. And this was a name that entered that conversation in George Slauson, having another monster summer in New Britain. And he's a big part of their lineup. And somebody the Bees are going to rely on for offense. He's going to UConn in the fall, picked up by the staff of Coach Penders. And they really believe in his bat from the left side. The guy responsible at first base defensively. Can field his position well. And boy, his bat going to be a big spark in that Big East Conference. Will compete with Jackson Marshall and Cam Riggy, who was a former B last summer. It's quickly 3-1 on Slauson. He struck out his first time. 2 on, 1 out. A double play ball available. Kujan at first and Shops at third. Schrag from the stretch on the first base side. Looking for that sign. He's got one. There's ball 4. So it's the third free pass handed out by Schrag in this third inning, and his pitch count is quickly rising. Was a 204 hitter, and he has really picked it up offensively. An all-star this summer for New Britain. Fly to right field his first time. Swats one in the air. Looping ball out to center field. Will fall in front of Pengel. He'll snap it in. It is a play to the plate, not nearly in time. Coming home and scoring, Grady Shops. And it is a 2-0 New Britain lead on an RBI knock, Tim Hennig. And the Bees with a chance to really drive the bus here in this third inning. 2 runs in and far from out of the woods is Schrag. They're loaded still. Here's Vincent Lombardo. The walks have really haunted the Norwich starter here in this third inning. He's got strike one on Lombardo. He struck out his first time. Out of Trumbull, Connecticut, is the top-ranked outfield prospect in the state of Connecticut, and he's played to those scouting reports coming out of high school. That was the fourth-ranked prospect in the Nutmeg State, attended Fairfield College Preparatory. Pops one up on the infield. Michael Fiatarone's got it in front of the bag at first base, and there are two outs. So a huge pop out over to the Norwich first baseman, retires Lombardo. Here's Owen Rich. Damage control so critical. And really hoping to do that is Schrag. .325 average for Rich this summer. His 25th game. He's looking at strike one. They're loaded behind Schrag. Aboard at first is Hennig. Slauson at second. The offering spiked in the dirt. Good block by J.P. Kusick. And Tyler Garbushian on at third. Even count. Ball and a strike on Owen Rich. Flied out to right field his first time up. Has driven in 12 runs. Has scored 18 times. Well, Schrag could get out of it here without further damage. Well, you're just looking to give your side a chance. Rich went 1 for 3 yesterday against Worcester. He's taking, and that'll even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schrag hoping to eliminate Owen Rich out there in left field today. It's even the 2-2 pitch, line to left field. It'll hang up for Jackson Powers. And Schrag navigates turbulence in the third inning. Bees strike for a pair, lead the ball game 2-0. We go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Bees on the Futures League Network, streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports, and the Futures League Network.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Garrett Garbinski's got some run support as we head to the home half of the third inning. 2-0 Bees. It's been a great summer for Matt Gedman's side. For a little more on the roaring start this summer for Vincent Lombardo and the New Britain Bees. Here's their manager, Matt Gedman, downstairs with Logan Rundy.
Thanks, Adam. I'm here with the skipper, Matt Gedman of New Britain. 8-2 over the last 10. It's the right time of the year to get hot. What do you feel this group has done well over the last 10 games?
Just been a really good group of guys. Guys that love baseball, guys that love each other's company. So we'll have a few weeks left together as a group, and they're kind of embracing it, and they're playing good baseball at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned it. The Futures League is all about development, but you really become a family. It's a 60-game season. It's a long year. How do you feel that contributes to the baseball side of things at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to hang out with guys that you get along with. So good group of guys makes it easier to show up to the field, makes it easier to go on bus trips, road trips. BP after BP, it's a long time together. It's a full job for these guys. So I appreciate their time, and it's good that we got a good group of guys.
Yeah, so it's super important to have a great group and build that camaraderie throughout the year. And the playoffs start next week. You guys are in. You've clinched that spot. What's the key to success?
Just keep playing the game of baseball. Like I said, you only got a couple weeks left of this thing, so show up the field, play the game the right way, enjoy each other's company, and let the chips fall where they may.
Absolutely. Chips are certainly falling right now. New Britain, one of the hottest teams here in the Futures League going into the postseason. Adam, back to you.
Great stuff as always, Logan. Going to check in with the Bees manager, Matt Gedman, and his team is playing the right way. And calming presence back there is Matt Gedman, and a guy who's no stranger to the Futures League, and that his heart's broken last summer by these Sea Unicorns, and he's very understanding of what it takes to make a deep run. 2-1 pitch fouled off, even the count 2-2. Henry Ayers doing the batting, 7, 8, and 9 against Garrett Garbinski, who has seen the minimum so far. He has been dynamite so far tonight for New Britain. Well, just playing the game the right way, and easy to say that. Ball 3 missing outside, and the Bees have done that. They built a great culture in their clubhouse, and when you do that, it makes it fun to go to the ballpark and play this game, and it's a demanding schedule, 6 days a week, sometimes a doubleheader mixed in there with all the inclement weather in New England. Ayers taps away, strike 2 foul. And that calming presence back there from Matt Gedman, that calm but confident approach, has really paid off this summer for New Britain. They're a team that continues to stack wins, and they found a lot of different ways to do it. Count is full, 3-2. Here's the pitch. There's the curveball. It slots to the top of the zone. And rung up on strikes is Ayers. 1 gone.
Your second baseman from Fairfield University, number 34, Carter Grant.
1 gone. Here's Carter Grand. So a strong start to the frame for Garbinski. He struck out Ayers on a curveball at the top. Down and away slider as Grand fishing at strike 1. Logan Rundy back with us here in the broadcast booth. Count even, 1 ball and a strike. Well, how about the calm presence of Matt Gedman? And pretty easy to have that presence when your team has stacked win after win.
Yeah, well, and you have this gentleman on the mound as well. It's easy.
Garbinski ready for his 1-1 home. That is laced to left field, a base hit. Carter Grand, who has been in out of the lineup, rips 1 to left field. And the Sea Unicorns have their first hit of the night. It comes with 1 out in the 3rd. Here's David Pengel.
Yeah, one of the hardest things to do is come in when you haven't been inserted in the lineup in a long time and produce. Good start to the night for Carter Grand.
So the first base runner today for Norwich is in the form of 34 and a white Carter Grand. Here's David Pengel. The pitch takes the fastball just below the knees for ball 1. Pengel, an all-star this summer, then was expected to go to New Britain, but Matt Gedman was squeezed for roster space. And boy, they have found plenty of options in their outfield, and David Pengel has found a home in Norwich, and he has had a vital role in 2026. Was really known for his speed in 25 with the Bees. Takes on the outer black. And John DiGirolamo with a favorable strike 1 call. Just past the outer black. 1-1 on Pengel. Garbinski's offering. That tags the outer side corner, strike 2.
Tagged the outside corner. Indeed, Pengel's birthday today. New year for him. New team as well, obviously, this year. They love David Pengel down there. They were messing with him when I was downstairs as well. So still a lot of mutual respect.
He goes fishing for strike 3. There's 2 outs.
Yeah, 2 outs here. And Pengel was pretty much in auto swing mode. You can tell when he started his load that he thought a fastball was coming. Garbinski, good mix behind there. I think the MVP of the night, though, has been Wirtz. He's been unbelievable behind the plate.
He's really caught a good game for Garbinski. who's retired 8 of his first 9 meets with Kenny Noe. He had a big swing on Saturday night in New Britain. Crushed one over the wall in left field, and no doubter curveball in there for strike one. We've seen the fastball, we've seen the curveball, we've seen the slider, and we've seen the change. Boy, that's a daunting arsenal, and they have all been strikes tonight for Garbo. He'll check in on Carter Grand.
Yeah, and the reason it's tough is because the curveball's a totally different tunnel. The fastball has a lot of life, and the changeup kind of just dies. So it's 3 different types of pitches, and if you don't pick it up, you're in trouble.
In the air, foul, strike 2. Just 2 games on the Futures League docket today. Norwich and New Britain and Lowell and Vermont. As Garbinski gets ready for his 34th offering of the ball game. In firm control of Noe, he grounded out to first to begin the night. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Garrett Garbinski fans 3 in the first. We go to the 4th inning. It's 2-0 New Britain on the Futures League Network, streaming live on YouTube. SNSN Sports.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We go to the 4th inning, and for our play-by-play in innings 4 and 5, I hand it over to Logan Rundy.
Thank you, play-by. We're tie, fly ball. It's foul. Fiataroni runs his knees into the fence. And a new life there for Wirtz. Wirtz has had an excellent game behind the plate for Garbinski. Those two have been a tandem all year long, just trying to find different ways to win. And talk about him behind the plate. He's been unbelievable. I really think, especially recently, he's been one of the best catchers in this league.
Yeah, he's been really good for New Britain. And he's a big part of the success for Garrett Garbinski, who's needed just 36 pitches. And for comparison, get to that in a moment.
High pop-up. Pengel meanders over to it. Takes a few more steps inside. The former B makes the play. There's one out and one quick one for Jacob Schrag.
And Jacob Schrag now getting ready for his 58th pitch of the ball game. And that 3rd inning, really a nightmare for him. Needed 25 pitches to get through it. And 2 runs across the plate. He has to command the zone here in the 4th inning.
Sure does. McAngelo is next. He had one of the hits. It is a single back in the 3rd inning. Zion Frazier is up in the Norwich bullpen. He just sat back down, actually, as soon as I said that. But he, I believe, is ready to go in case of a troublesome situation. The 1-0 inside 2-0. This has been the thing all afternoon for Jacob Schrag, getting behind hitters, and especially in that 3rd inning.
And it is the difference in this ball game. One of the 3 walks came in to score. And Schrag had to exert a lot of pitches that inning. Frazier is expected to come out of the bullpen first today, no matter what the score is. It's been quite some time since he's been working for Norwich. on the rubber, and they're trying to get him some innings before the postseason.
Schrag behind 3-0, make it a 4-pitch walk, so it's a 1-inning, 4-pitch walk. Excuse me, 1-out, 4-pitch walk. And that leaves it for Grady Shops.
Shops has been incredible defensively this summer for New Britain, and a guy that is really dynamic at the bottom of their order. Well, the walks have really been the difference, just 3 hits combined between the two clubs.
Schrag finds the strike zone and gets it across. So just like the third inning started, a single, and Amacangelo was on, and Shops would walk after that. So the first 2 men had reached in that inning. However, 1 out here in the 4th. Amacangelo bouncing around and takes off. Swing and a miss. Cusick's throw down is not in time and ahead of the bag. And an easy steal of second for Nico Amacangelo.
Well, he got a great jump and a good one to go on. Big strikeout there for Jacob Schrag. Just needed 3 pitches to get through Grady Shops.
So the stolen base, there's a conversation right now of a possible, I
think interference.
It must be. But usually they're out in that situation. They're not sent back.
I'm not sure. Well, Matt Gedman hoping to get an explanation here. The fans a little antsy for some further action, but good response from Schrag after losing on 4 pitches. Amacangelo to come back with 3 in a row in the zone and erase Shops. Good bounce back. And he's got 2 key outs here. And now it's leadoff man Ben Kuja.
Kuja's out in right field today. Has grounded out. Should be 2 outs up on the board here with the strikeout. Back-to-back innings where there have been runners on for New Britain, just 2 hits. However, a handful of walks has allowed them to score twice. Schrag trying to make it a clean 4th. High fly ball. Powers is in pursuit. He's headed towards the line. He dives and makes the play. Tip your cap, Mr. Powers, as it falls off. That's one of the highlight plays of the night. Jackson Powers saves an extra base hit. Maybe a momentum shift as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching Futures League Baseball on YouTube and SNSN Sports.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. The middle, Irizarry charging in, fires to first, no-hitter tonight for Hector Alejandro. The Norwich Sea Unicorns are back-to-back Future League champions. Turning around third, coming home to score is Fiataroni. Say goodnight to the Bees. Bryce Detweiler calls game in the 12th inning. Walsh charges in. He snaps it across the diamond. Say goodnight to the Bees. 3 straight championships in the Rose City.
Back here in Norwich, New Britain has a 2-0 lead. Credit to Garbinski, who's been slingshotting the ball all the way around the diamond today. Speaking of slingshot, Strain Family Motors, the weather is heating up and so should the fun. Rent a Polaris slingshot from Strain Family Motors in Lisbon and feel the excitement of the open road. Go to sfmslingshots.com to rent one today. Garbinski just the 1 hit here today. That is a 1-out single to left to Carter Grand in the 3rd inning. That is it, Adam. Been dominant ever since.
He's been really good. First pitch for strikes 90% of the time.
That ball is on a line to center field. Lombardo makes a 1-pitch catch, and quickly TJ Bayer is retired via the lineout.
Still yet to offer his 40th pitch of the ball game. And you will gladly take a first pitch out, and Garbinski induces one of Bayer. Boy, Spoke about the top four in the lineup having to be great against Worcester. Boy, they have to be ready to go tonight against Garbinski.
Fiataroni pulls the head and swings through a changeup for strike one. That's been the thing. It's been mixing it up. Credit to Wirtz behind the plate. He's been fantastic of making sure Garbinski's in the driver's seat, as he is once again. The 0-1 to Fiataroni. The slider gets in there, more of a curveball, but slides in both directions.
Boy, that's nearly impossible to touch.
Changeup, curveball, maybe the elevated fastball to end him. Went for it and missed.
Well, you're right on cue with him, and Fiataroni, good take. Was not in an auto swing. Well, you need something from Fiat.
Fiat, good eyes in the last two pitches. Going to be Bryant, sophomore. Mostly played in the DH role. He's really enjoyed his time here this summer. Had the opportunity to talk with him pregame today during batting practice. He's just trying to develop. He's really felt that vacation a couple of weeks ago that he took away from the team for a couple of weeks was able to get him back in right. And he swings through strike three. So 2 quick outs, 1 pitch to TJ Bayer, and a strikeout of Mike Fiataroni.
Well, 4 pitches and 2 outs. You like those numbers. We're not math guys up here, but boy, he just carved up Fiataroni. Just did not stand a chance. And the K's are quickly racking up his 5th of the ball game. And Norwich has been nowhere near it.
Nowhere near it. Powers had one of the best contacts. Hard lineup. Looking to bunt for a hit here. Garbinski trying to field his position. Powers can fly. However, Garbinski makes an unbelievable play and celebrates as he comes off. Garbinski's feeling it. The Bees are feeling it. We head to the top of the 5th inning. New Britain in full control. You're watching Futures League Baseball on YouTube and SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Back here in Norwich, as the Sea Unicorns have made a pitching change. We'll get to that in just a second. It's Zion Frazier, the post-university product. New Britain offense did a good job. They were eating on Jacob Schrade. Speaking of eating, Charlene's Diner. Before you come to the ballpark, stop by Charlene's Diner on Main Street, Jewett City, for a delicious breakfast or lunch. Order what you want. Eat what you get, only at Charlene's Diner, Main Street, Jewett City.
You said it, pitching change for Norwich. It is Zion Frazier, just his 8th appearance of the summer. 8 1/3 innings worked. 0-1 his record. His ERA sky high, 9.72 his whip, 1.8. The 8 strikeouts to go with it this summer. Makes his first appearance for Norwich since July 16th. So nearly 3 weeks without an appearance for the Norwich right-hander. And he's going to have his hands full as we're already into the 5th inning.
Game flying along here in Norwich on a Tuesday night. Going to have his hands full. Indeed, this lineup has been great so far. Even though the 2 runs, they're finding different ways to reach and challenge. Garbushian will start it. He has walked and stole a base and grounded to shortstop where Kenny Noe has been today. Then it'll be George Slauson, who has struck out and walked as well. And then Henning will be next with the RBI single.
That last outing for Frazier, a forgettable one. An inning and a third, July 16th against Vermont. Surrendered 3 earned runs on 4 hits. Struck out a pair. Boy, command of the zone is everything for him, and he cannot leave anything around the heart of it. This is a Bees lineup that will certainly make you pay. including this individual, Garbushian. Check that. No, I believe it is Tim Hennig batting, correct? It's like Garbushian.
Looks like Garbushian.
Yeah.
The Rutgers product.
You're right.
Frazier will start at fastball slider, the two big pitches from him. Trying to be around the zone. Speaking of, not around it. And ball one. Can't walk these guys. That is the big thing. They will cash in on a variety of different ways. The gentleman next is one of the best in the business in the RBI category. George Slauson, the Yukon product. However, Frazier dealing with Garbushian first. The 1-0. The fastball right back to him. And sprints it over. Garbushian doesn't even give it a contest. 2 pitches, 1 out. A comebacker. Fielding his position is Frazier.
Yeah, good work by him. Gets something off the end of the bat. Soft contact. And, well, I always would rather face this man with the bases empty. And that's a big out of Garbushian. Just have to limit the walks. If you're Frazier, all the damage was because of the free pass in that 3rd inning today.
That ball is up the middle. Kenny Noe makes a good play on it. Made one good one earlier to get a force out. Makes another one over to Fiataroni. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Frazier couldn't write it up any better if he wanted to.
Yeah, really good start to this inning. Boy, it's always been his 2nd inning out of the bullpen, which has really been his struggle inning. And he's made quick work of the 2-3 spots of the lineup. Now their cleanup man. Another guy who's had a white-hot summer offensively, and Hennig. This is a chance to really boost some confidence for Frazier, a guy who has seen limited action.
Hennig will see it down low. The junior at Binghamton. The Bearcat had a great summer, as Adams mentioned, from that left-hand side. Power, being able to take it to the opposite field. Minimal strikeouts as well. Up in the count, 2-0. And this has been where it is for Frazier. It's the last out in the 1st inning out of the pen and the 2nd inning, as you mentioned.
Yeah, how about a 3.49 average for Hennig? He's been one of their best and has really fit in nicely in his 2nd summer with New Britain. A guy that didn't really hit a ton for them last summer. Was a big part of their playoff roster. And he really put it together at Binghamton, earned all conference honors, and there's a reason why he bats in this spot in the lineup.
Sees a strike after being up 3-0. You've got to think here. Got to be careful with this individual. One of the best hitters, not only in this New Britain lineup, but in the Futures League as well. That average in the top percentages. The 3-1. Good comeback from Frazier. He's painted the corner twice. Good frame job by Cusick as well.
Yeah, really good pitch. Well, I can't walk, guys. Make them earn it. And that was a dot on the edge. Good offering, full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Frazier, and that is going to be flipped in to center field. Good piece of hitting on the changeup, and Hennig is on with his 2nd single of the day.
Yeah, really calm approach. I took a close call for strike 2. Saw something, not his wheelhouse, but something that he could get his hands to. Just flipped it out to center field. Really good swing for Hennig. Keeps this inning going, and this is what the Bees have done all summer, just stretching out innings. And this is a big bat, Vincent Lombardo, one of their best guys offensively.
Runner goes, Hennig slides feet first, easily in there. And not a great throw behind the plate by Cusick.
Yeah, the 3rd stolen base of the ball game. Well, look at this jump from Hennig. Pitch that missed up top, and Cusick just did not get everything on his throw to second base. And easily into second is Hennig, and a chance for Lombardo with the man in scoring position.
Just above the zone. All of a sudden here, you looked like New Britain would have been retired easily. Now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Lombardo. An excellent defensive center fielder, and really cashes in when it's important as well. Swings and misses on a wild one as everything flew outside.
And Lombardo, a young guy, riser. Committed to UConn, 280 this summer in the Futures League, and he's made it count offensively, and he's seen plenty of run out there in center field.
Wild swing on the slider, the best of the day for Frazier. A lot of UConn between these two teams. Slauson Lombardo, Joe Pitts, that is, not Kyle Pitts, the tight end for Atlanta. The slider again just misses. Frazier now in another 3-2 count.
Would love to see him get out on the baseball field.
Sure would. What do you think he plays?
On the baseball field?
Yeah.
I got him in right field.
Sure. 3-2, 2 outs. Hennig bouncing around at second base. The slider's a pretty one. Back-to-back beauties. And Frazier gets out of it, even though a runner in scoring position. You're watching Futures League Baseball on the Futures League Network, The Wax, and SNSN.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Back here in Norwich, you see the scoreboard. Not a lot of offensive action. 2 runs in the third from New Britain. Cusick will start it. He flew out to left field in his first at-bat in the second inning. Garbinski's been dominant. Just a one hit to Carter Grand. And a weak tapper into the New Britain dugout.
Well, this was your X-Factor pick. J.P. Cusick, you really said how to step it up today for Norwich. And, well, you feel like if he can get it going in this fifth inning, it would go a long way.
Sure would, especially in the leadoff spot. Just misses there by Garbinski. Been really good all day, mixing it up, whether that's the fastball, that curveball, that's been fantastic, and the changeup has probably been even better. 3-pitch mix, at least in the specialty. 1-1. Cusick on the ground, tapper again, and fouled as Emacangelo watches it roll out of play. And this is the spot, the leadoff. With 2 outs, this team's been really good, but how can you, Adam, find different ways to start innings on a better note?
You have to cue into your wheelhouse offensively. Don't expand your zone. Find a pitch you can hit and drive it.
The slider this time from Garbinski misses. Good take by Cusick. That's that leadership, veteran leadership that is. On his way to Maryland after 4 years, about an hour and a half south in Fairfield.
He was really good there his senior year. You had a close-up view of him there.
That curveball is going to hang up just enough for Lombardo. Left it over the plate, and Cusick knew it. And he misses it. A line out to Lombardo. Quick out here in the fifth inning.
Well, those are the ones that have to get down for Norwich. Doesn't matter how you find a shade of outfield grass. That's a line out to center field for Lombardo. Covers a lot of ground. Boy, that was a mistake pitch. And Garbinski gets away with it. Boy, he doesn't make many mistakes, and when he does, you have to take advantage.
Now he's in the driver's seat. However, he falls behind in one of his only counts. Not happy about it. Home plate umpire says it's a little bit low, and it was. The changeup missed.
That's the edge he brings on the rubber. He wants every call. And, boy, when you get swings like that, that's the difference of 0-2 and 1-1. And it makes a difference in an at-bat. It changes what he's going to go and offer here, where he's going to try and spot it. But, boy, that was a violent cut from Jones.
Sure was. Jones, the former George Washington product, down in the nation's capital. Now he is moved to Long Island in Stony Brook. The 1-1. Curveball, another mistake pitch, and another foul ball. Jones excited to go back home to his family. Talked about it with him throughout the year. That's the big reason he made the move. Been on the road a lot. He was really excited to come here this summer. He's now down 1-2. Good curveball and good discipline, even more so, by Tyler Jones.
Oh, he wanted to swing there, and he really had to hold up. Good take. Boy, that is a wipeout pitch.
2-2. Jones trying to reach with one out.
Well, that motion is very fluid for Garbinski. He never tips his pitches. His fastball delivery, curveball, slide, change. Doesn't matter what he's throwing. It's the same delivery off the rubber, and you have to replicate your motion. Or if you start tipping your pitches, well, it makes it easier for the offense to recognize, hey, if his arm's coming from a different slot, hey, that's going to be his fastball. Or if he's changing the pace of his motion, just those little elements. And Garbinski has such a fluid motion to the plate, and because of it, boy, the Norwich offense has been bumfuzzled tonight.
The 3-2 to the Stony Brook product is tap foul. And that's where that's got to be picked up. Joe DeLanzo over at first base. Colby Reggione, those are the guys that have to pick those different tendencies up. Runners at second base are able to do that. Not a runner there so far tonight. Hasn't had one in scoring position. Carter Graham was the closest on the single, but never advanced. 3-2 once more. This is the third time we'll do it. 2 changeups from Garbinski. This time goes with the slider. The high fly ball. Chases Kuja back a little bit. He's got plenty of room as he comes back in. As the wind spins it around, but Kuja makes the play nonetheless.
Good swing by Jones. Stayed back on it, let that ball travel deep into the zone. This was unable to really punch it to the opposite field. Got underneath that, and Ben Kuja, no problem for him. And that quickly, Garbinski and out away from making it 5 shutout frames.
Quick one pitch. Play is made over at short by Shops. Lawson makes the play. Efficient nonetheless from Garbinski. Masterful to say the least. We head to the 6th inning. New Britain looking to add on to their lead. You're watching Futures League Baseball on the Futures League Network, The Wax, and SNSN Sports.
Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. The middle, Irizarry charging in, fires to first, no-hitter tonight for Hector Alejandro. The Norwich Sea Unicorns are back-to-back Future League champions. Turning around third, coming home to score, it's Fiataroni. Say goodnight to the Bees. Bryce Detweiler calls game in the 12th inning. Walsh charges in, he snaps it across the diamond. Say goodnight to the Bees. 3 straight championships in the Rose City. We go to the... Oh.
After you, you're taking my thunder here.
Sorry, it's all you.
Back here in the 6th inning. Zion Frazier back in there for the second mount. I'll get you a thunder back here right now. Play-by-play, it was a pleasure for 2 innings. He's got you for the rest of the game. Player, take it away.
Boy, I feel like going up against Garrett Garbinski to start that inning. I was way off balance coming into that inning. Let's get it going. 6th inning tonight. Great work as always, Logan Rundy.
Learn from the
middle innings. Well, I try my best. Here is Zion Frazier. He'll start it out against Owen Rich. 6, 7, and 8 for the Bees lineup. And Garbinski has really cruised today. Is still under 60 pitches. And if you're Mac Edmond, why not trot him out for the 6th inning today? Just the one hit. It's Carter Grants, the offering. Wave and a miss, strike 1, count even. Rich today, a couple flyouts, right field and left field. And that last one, a spectacular play by Jackson Powers back in that Fourth inning, there's a called strike, and Frazier in the driver's seat. 1-2 on Owen Rich. Boy, you have to continue to turn up quick outs here if you want a chance against the Bees. This is on the ground, a second over the reach of Carter Grant. Caught a divot on the lip of the grass, and it shoots into right field. Leadoff knock, Owen Rich. And the Bees have a leadoff man on for the second time tonight.
Yeah, Rich can really run. This would have been a tough play, but the bounce is where the confusion lies. Look at this. Ooh, pop-up behind Carter Grant. Just didn't have really a chance at it at that point.
No shot for him. He had a range from his right to his left. And Rich can really run. This is in the air on the right side. Fiataroni gives it a scan by the bleachers. It's out of play. Strike one. At the plate, here is Ian Wirtz. You've really liked his work back there handling Garrett Garbinski. Trying to help give him a little more run support. Boy, he doesn't need much. Boy, you feel like if you get one run offensively and Garrett Garbinski's on the mound, you are in the clear. And when we get to the postseason, boy, Garbinski, a guy that can give you 7 strong. In the air to straightaway center field. David Pengel backs it up. Takes a couple steps in. There's one out.
Hey, good bounce back by Frazier. Just being able to get a fly ball. That's what you need. Ground balls, of course, the double play would be ideal, but all you're trying to do is manufacture outs at this point of the ball game. Looks like Jacob Snyder's up in the bullpen as well, so it'll be a short leash for Frazier in any situation.
Bring up Nico Amicangelo. He has walked and scored a run, and he really begun matters in that big third inning. Bouncing ball to short. Noe will snap it to Grand. Relay throw to first, not in time. Safe, says DJ Nadeau, and on a fielder's choice ground out, Amicangelo reaches.
Yeah, Amicangelo can really book it down the line. As soon as you saw Noe take a step back, you knew it was going to be a tough play. This is good just to get one out. Good throw by Grand, just too much speed by Amicangelo.
Here is Grady Shops. He's walked and struck out today. Fans Griswold Pride. Pride stands for the Partnership to Reduce the Influence of Drugs for Everyone. Check out their Facebook page for information. That's Griswold Pride. The pitch. Shops to the opposite field and foul.
Shops has a really unique bat. I don't know if we can get a good look at it, but it's really short. Being able to get through the zone fast. All he's trying to do is poke. He's not trying to hit home runs. He's not trying to pull to it. All he's trying to do is flick it over to the right side.
Trying to punch to right field. He takes that off-speed pitch for ball one, even the count, 1-1. He's trying to turn over that lineup card for Mac Edmonds' side. A team trying to make it 15 games over 500. Bouncing around aboard is Amicangelo. There's ball two inside. Fastball missing. And well, the Bees have been a good team putting on pressure. And they have already swiped 3 tonight. Frazier set on the first base side. Large lead, and now Frazier has to step off the rubber. Wise decision. There's the first of 2 disengagements allowed by Zion. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's at the top of the zone on the edge, 2-2.
Yeah, I really feel there's a sense of control out there tonight from Frazier. Been able to spot all of his pitches.
Well, he would really give Norwich another look out of their bullpen. On 2-2, gets the curveball fouled away. We'll try it again. Boy, these final impressions are everything. Guys that have not really been used in a regular role have a good finish to the season and try and make that impression on that postseason roster in their usage. On 2-2, there goes Amicangelo in the air, center field. David Pengel sizes it up, wrangles it in, and Zion Frazier delivers a couple scoreless frames to the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-0 Bees on the Futures League Network and streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
Garrett Garbinski has advertised tonight 5 shutout frames, and his Bees are off to a 2-0 lead. Norwich needs just a little bit more to get to the postseason. For all of our clinching scenarios, here is Logan Rundy.
Thanks, Adam. Here in the bleachers, the playoffs are right around the corner. They start next Monday. That's August 10th. 3 teams have already clinched. Worcester, this New Britain team on the other side, and of course the Vermont Lake Monsters, who have had one of the best seasons in the Futures League's history. There's one spot available. Here's how it works. Norwich is in the driver's seat for that spot. If they win tonight, they find a way into the playoffs. That'll be it decided. If they lose, they'll be a half game back from Worcester for 3rd place, but they'll still be in the picture. Nashua is off tonight, so they cannot be eliminated. If Nashua were to win every game and Norwich is to lose, Nashua has the tiebreaker, so they would sneak in. All Norwich has to do is win 1 game here over the next week, and they are in. It seems like a simple recipe for success. Adam, back to you.
Great work there by Logan Rundy. And that is it. Win, and you are in. And the Sea Unicorns are going to have to find a way to get to Garrett Garbinski, who's held them off to just 1 hit. The offering to Grand spiked down low, 1-1. Grand has the only hit today for the Norwich offense. And they came on a sharp single to left field. That was back in the 3rd inning, taking 2-1. Grand, a quiet guy, just goes about his work. And he's back in the starting 9 today for Zach Gitcher. Garbinski's 2-1. Swing and a miss over top the slider. Even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, this is a guy you're going to have to find a way against. Here's the pitch. Thought about it. He's rung up by John DiGirolamo. 6th K of the night for Garrett Garbinski. And he continues to silence the Norwich offense. 1 gone. Here's David Pengel. So Garbinski continuing to mix and match his arsenal. Bring up Pengel. He struck out on a auto swing with 2 strikes in the count. The pitch. That's on the outer edge, strike 1, just at the knees of the 6'1 Norwich center fielder David Pengel. A red shirt at Northeastern. He can steal a lot of bags. The 0-1 lofted in the air to left field, looping fly ball will get down. That's the 2nd single of the ball game, both to left field, and David Pengel reaches. It'll bring up the tying man to the plate, Kenny Noe.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by Pengel just to find a way into the outfield. They just need to speed on. You got to try to find a way to cut this lead in half, especially flipping the lineup card over.
Good swing by Pengel, and that is a guy you need. He offers a lot of it. And he's got a sizable lead. 1 out in the inning on the K of Grand, the pitch. Noe takes the fastball low, ball 1.
Just the 2nd man to reach. Nobody's reached second base, so it's an interesting strategy. Do you have Pengel runs? Do you have a runner in scoring position, or do you not try to spoil the opportunity with the chance of getting thrown out?
Well, he can't run into outs, but by the same token, how many guys are going to reach? Kenny Noe to left field. It'll hang up for Owen Rich, and there are 2 away. Now with 2 outs in the inning. Well, I am of the variety of send him here. But if you're going to send Pengel, you better do it early in the count. With TJ Bayer batting, boy, Norwich has been silenced to 2 base runners. If there is a guy to challenge for second, it's that man.
Yeah, it really is. And you never want to run into the 3rd out as he's checked on. Really close play over at first base. Tag not in time by Slauson. So it's all about getting the read. If Pengel can get a read, which I'm sure he's been told how to do it, he'll go, and he's going to run.
Love to see Bayer explore the opposite side of the field. Another check-in, and Pengel underneath that tag is Slauson. So Garbinski hoping to go 6 shutout frames today against Norwich. He has gone a full 9 in the Futures League in his career. There goes Pengel, missed inside. The throw from Wirtz bounces on the way to second, and Pengel will slide in there easily. So a good pitch to go on. 1-0 on Bayer, and for the first time tonight, the Sea Unicorns have a man in scoring position.
Yeah, Garbinski knew he was going to go. It's just a matter of when. Behind the plate, Wirtz doesn't really have a chance with the changeup inside. Good pitch.
So Norwich a chance to play to run. The offering to Bayer. Chopper to second. Backhanded over there by Garbushian. That'll get the job done. 6 shutout frames in the books for Garrett Garbinski. We stroll along to the 7th inning, 2-0 Bees. On the Futures League Network, streaming live on YouTube, SNSN Sports. Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. The middle, Irizarry charging in, fires to first, no-hitter tonight for Hector Alejandro. The Norwich Sea Unicorns are back-to-back Future League champions. Turning around third, coming home to score, it's Fiataroni. Say goodnight to the Bees. Bryce Detweiler calls game in the 12th inning. Walsh charges in, he snaps it across the diamond. Say goodnight to the Bees. 3 straight championships in the Rose City. We go to the 7th inning tonight. 2-0 New Britain. Norwich going to the bullpen for the Southpaw. Jacob Snyder, after a really good outing out of the pen for Zion Frazier, 2 shutout frames, departs for Jacob Snyder, the riser to Rutgers. Logan, what do we know about the new left-hander in the ball game for Norwich?
Good fastball, good slider. That's where he relies on. He's also a two-way, so knowing how hitters think in certain situations is an advantage to him, youngster, trying to figure out the way to do both. It's going to be about consistency. Can he be around the zone? Does he not walk people? That is going to be the goal.
He's going to have a tough trio to solve. Top of the order, Ben Kuja, followed by Tyler Garbushian and George Slauson. Top of the order for Matt Gedman's side. Lead the ball game 2-0. 2 runs on 4 hits. Yeah, no runs on 2 hits today for Norwich. Jacob Snyder now in, the Exeter PA local. Trying to two-way at Rutgers. He's been a guy that has also made a start this summer for Zach Itcher. Boy, every arm so imperative to a postseason run. You never know when your name will be called, and you have to like this strategy from Zach Itcher. You're down a couple runs. You're going to have to get the bats going, so why not get a couple different guys in there? See what they're going to do for you. You have 5 other cracks this week to win a ball game to get yourself in, and Zach Itcher's already stated you just have to get in. He doesn't care who his first-round opponent is. You just have to qualify to dance, and Norwich trying to make that happen here. They trail by a couple of runs. Here's Ben Kuja. Left on left the pitch. Backed up inside with the fastball.
I think that also goes into it. Kuja and Slauson are both left-handed hitters, and then, of course, Garbushian on the right side. So advantage usually to the left-handed flamethrower in that situation.
Roster freeze has already been established here in the Futures League. And the Unicorns will have a few other altercations to their playoff roster. We'll announce those as they are officially released, as every team will do that before that deadline. But Those had to be made already internally for the league, so those guys know who they are, and there will be some changes around the Futures League, and we've already seen the departure of Hunter St. Dennis in Worcester. That is public knowledge. Connor Smith departing in Nashua. Cade Centraccio and Jake Yang have both left Worcester, and that is really going to open up some holes in their lineup. 3-1 count on Kuja. Snyder's offering. That's on the inside corner. Speaking of changes, the MLB trade deadline came and went, and boy, were there a bevy of trades made yesterday. I know you're a big Sox fan. Were you happy with Boston's trade deadline?
I think it depends how you look at it. I mean, of course, you get an all-star catcher as Cujo walks to start the inning in Rutschman, but you give up a lot. You gave up 3 out of the top 5 prospects in your system. And I think it's good because you steal them from the Yankees, if you're a Red Sox fan, because Rutschman was going to go there pending physicals. Of course, he's been out. He's on the 10-day injured list right now, and it's about getting better than the people in your way, and the Yankees in Tampa are in that. And I think the Yankees fans are more upset that they didn't get more.
Yeah, no doubt. And the Yankees are beat up right now. No Judge, no Stanton, no Bellinger. They've had a fight with a depleted outfield. And give them credit to stay alive in the race without 3 of their big names, and an MVP and Cody Bellinger out of the mix, and the captain and Aaron Judge in New York. The pitch to Garbushian. That's in the zone. Let her high. Fastball for a strike. Snyder working ahead. Well, it's really expected that the rich got richer, and the Dodgers picked up Tarek Skubal, maybe the biggest acquisition in that blockbuster trade, and wave and a miss there. Good life on that heater, and Snyder really pounding it into the zone past Garbushian. And, well, you can make the argument. They didn't sign him to a free agent deal. They traded for him, and they gave up a number of prospects to acquire him. You could also argue, could other teams have made a similar move to pick up Tarek Skubal? And, boy, what a rotation the Dodgers have built.
They really have 10 guys in that rotation they can use. Of course, the luxury, and it is about that. Every team in the league could have made it. It wasn't like a free agent signing, and they paid him a lot of money. They just picked up his contract that Detroit, who's a small market team, paid.
Yep. 2 strikes on Garbushian. Man on Kuja. This is in the air to right center field. Pengel on the run. He slides out there, and he makes the catch on it. David Pengel hunts one in the alley. What a play out there by the rangy center fielder. And Garbushian is retired, and it might have saved a couple of runs.
I think it did. What a read here by Pengel. He saw it right off the bat. Never was in a full sprint. Trying to steal a gift for his birthday. Dives to do so. How about it? David Pengel, the former B, robbing his old team.
That is in the running for tonight's DB Lunt, feeling electric. We'll have to debate over that catch and the one from Powers in left field. Couple big plays for Norwich defensively. Here's Slauson. Swings away, fouls it back. Strike 1.
Got to be careful here. This could very well double the lead if he hits one over the fence, and he is more than capable of doing so. Him and Jackson Marshall at UConn. What a tandem that is.
Wow. Just like the trade deadline. In the air to center field. That will fall in for a base knock. So George Slauson has his first hit of the ball game. He reaches here with 1 out in the 7th inning. And similar to the trade deadline, now there is the transfer portal where you can go scoop up guys. And how about that addition? George Slauson, Cam Riggy, Jackson Marshall. Boy, you have your pick. But Riggy is a utility player, and the New Britain Bees fans listening, they really enjoyed him. Was the Gatorade High School Baseball Player of the Year in 2025. A bunt attempt back towards the rubber. Underhand flipping is Snyder. It'll retire Hennig, and that gets the job done. Advancing station to station are the base runners. To third goes Kuja, and in scoring position at second is Slauson. 2 outs for Vincent Lombardo.
Yeah, this is a great play here from Snyder. This is one of the hardest things to do as a southpaw, is just adjust your body, using some of that outfield work to make sure his shoulders were squared. Nice flip throw to Fiat at first base.
We were just talking about Slauson as Lombardo steps in. This is another, guess what, UConn Husky. Bouncing ball, handled by Noe, drops it, throws it across the diamond. It gets away from Fiataroni. Here to the plate is Slauson. He will score. And cashing in with a couple of outs on the air from the Norwich shortstop are the Bees. Expand their lead. It's 4-0, and boy, it feels like this ball game is out of reach with the start Garbinski has had.
Yeah, it really does. And Noe really never had control. It bounced up on him right at the last second. You can see he didn't have a really good grip on it, drops it, and you knew that was going to be a tough scoop for Fiataroni. He just didn't get in front of it enough.
Yet to charge an error, but that is a throwing error. Here's the pitch. Down low, change up, missing to Owen Rich. So a fruitful 7th inning comes for New Britain. And that walk comes around to score. It's a 4-0 Bees lead. In scoring position at second is Lombardo.
Should be ruled an error. It should be a hit and an error. I think
That's a hit?
I think he would have beat it. I think that's what their claim is. I think there's an error on the throw. There's an error in any situation.
There's the 1-1. Outside 2-1. Certainly a throwing error produces the George Slauson run. And I would imagine Garrett Garbinski would get a chance to begin the bottom of the 7th inning with a little more run support. His final outing of the regular season, overthrown fastball, 3-1 count. Fans, the final midweek ballpark bundle is back at Dodd Stadium tomorrow night. We play 2 tomorrow against the Westfield Starfires. And by purchasing a premium seat, you can order 2 hot dogs for the value of just $15. 3-1. Bouncing ball. It is mishandled by Fiataroni, and easily reaching at first is Rich. So back-to-back errors committed by the Norwich infield, pounded into the earth by Owen Rich, and they're at the corners with 2 outs. It'll bring out the Norwich skipper, Zach Gitcher, as Jacob Snyder has run into difficulty here with 2 outs in the 7th inning.
Yeah, he sure has. Defense, of course, has not helped him out with what we think is 2 errors. Definitely 1 on the board. So I guess for the time being, that was ruled a hit on the Kenny Noe overthrow. But you'd think Slauson's run would still be ruled an error. It's an unearned.
It is an unearned run, no doubt. We'll make sure that is corrected here statistically. Boy, now you have to wonder, should Noe have not delivered that baseball across the infield? Should he have charged the baseball there and attacked the ball on that chopper headed his way to short? Either way, that is the run of margin you have when you face one of the best in the Futures League. And that is how impactful the defensive side of the baseball is. You really feel like you're squeezed and you have to play perfectly. But boy, when you've been held to 2 hits, well, it's going to make it ultra challenging to come back in a ball game.
It sure is, and when you only have 2 hits and you make what we think is going to be 2 errors here, I do think you throw the baseball. There's 2 outs. You have an all-star first baseman out there. I don't mind the throw. It just wasn't executed properly.
It's a first baseman still learning the position in Fiataroni, who had yet to play first base since high school. Never did it at the collegiate level, since Little League. Did not play first in high school. Was a second baseman and third baseman in high school. The Shelton, Connecticut product. Snyder deals that fastball. And give him credit. He's really looked like a regular. That's a tough pick to make for anybody over there at the bag at first. But you would have really enjoyed having that third outcome there. The offering fouled back. Strike 2. It is the backstop Ian Wirtz batting. With a man in scoring position at third is Lombardo. On at first is Owen Rich. And the Bees hoping to expand their lead a little wider here. As we're in the top of the 7th inning here today at Dodd Stadium. Norwich has a doubleheader tomorrow and wrap things up at home on Thursday against New Britain. There goes the base runner at first. It's taken for ball 2, and I think with Cusick popping out of the crouch, it made it impossible to frame that, but that looked in the zone, and John DiGirolamo has it as a 2-2 count on Ian Wirtz.
Yeah, I think you're right. Cusick stood up too early. That should be defensive indifference.
Yeah. That's cut on and missed. He punched him out. So Jacob Snyder, after some difficulties with 2 outs in the inning, as the final out, go to the bottom of the 7th. We're stretching in Norwich. 4-0 Bees on the Futures League Network, live on YouTube, SNSN Sports.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
So Garrett Garbinski gets a chance to work into the 7th inning tonight, and why not? 4-0 Bees. Unicorns have some more action to go this week. We take a look at the Unicorns' upcoming schedule as we are inside the final week of the summer. Logan, some big games awaiting Norwich.
Yeah, they're massive. The doubleheader is really where you got to take advantage tomorrow. First game's at 4 o'clock on the midweek ballpark bungle. Then you have a 6:30-ish start, anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes after Game 1 concludes. New Britain comes back here on Thursday, then on the road for the final 2 in Nashua and Westfield. Mike Fiataroni will start it. He committed one of the errors in the last inning, trying to make up for his mistake. Garbinski's been fantastic all day long. Why not, as Adam said, bring him in here in the 7th. He'll at least start it. No throwers in the New Britain pen. However, it is active with people.
There are tenants in their bullpen. Curveball missing outside, 1-0. On Mike Fiataroni, he's been punched out twice in his 12-game hitting streak, now hanging in jeopardy. And Garbinski asking for time is going to be granted it with John DiGirolamo. And now Colby Reggione makes his way out to the third base coach's box. Boy, you feel like if you're going to come back tonight, you better start putting pressure on Garrett Garbinski, or he will be rolled the rest of the way the night has gone.
Yeah, pitch count's not high at all. Just trying to find ways to get people out fast. A couple of one-pitch outs. Just finding different ways to get those outs as well. Strikeouts, lineouts, weak ground balls. Done it all tonight is Garbinski. And we expected him to be good, but I don't know about this good.
It's been a special outing for him. One in a long line of them this summer. His 1-0 pitch. Fiataroni looks on the outer edge, even the count. The other game in action tonight is Lowell at Vermont at Centennial Field. They're still awaiting their first run of the ball game. The pitch. That is trapped by George Slauson on a one-hopper, and Fiataroni set down to begin the Norwich 7th inning. Here is Jackson Powers.
Yeah, JP is looking to get things started. We'll take a look at this by George Slauson. This is a hard play. Much more known for his offense, but this is a web gem and a half. Although it looks like it is easy, it is not. That in-between hop, George Slauson just kind of buries it.
So Jackson Powers will dig in. He was teammates with George Slauson this past spring at St. A's. Slauson now moving over to UConn. The pitch. Powers takes strike one. So Slauson and Garbinski will now be teammates, and they have really built a nice tandem working together defensively today. And the Bees, as good as they come defensively. Opponents hitting a meager .245 against Bees pitching. And Garbo has really helped plummet those numbers. Team ERA sub-4 entering the night, 397. That number continuing to fall down the tube. And when you have a staff that includes Garrett Garbinski, Trey LeMay, Thomas Harding. They have a trio that can shut you down. Here's the 0-2. Fastball missing, 1-2.
They might have the best starting group. You can, of course, debate that with Vermont, but going into the postseason next week, whoever they play and whenever they play, they have a great, at least 3 in there.
If this score holds up, the Bravehearts would slide into third place, and they would be greeted by these Bees. Powers unable to avoid the strikeout, and Garrett Garbinski has picked up his 7th K of the ball game. 2 down for JP Kusick. Boy, with the way things have gone and how efficient Garbo has been, do you send him out for the 8th inning if you retire Kusick on 3 or fewer pitches?
It depends, right? I think there's a line that you can't really pass at this point in the year. I would not.
Kusick slaps away, strike 1, foul. More important is you know you're into the postseason. You have a comfortable lead. Why risk it?
It's kind of my thought behind it. Like, why don't you go to your bullpen that's been excellent all year?
Yeah, one of the best pens in the Futures League, and they'll be asked for 6 outs today. Here's the 0-1 to Kusick. Missed inside, 1-1. Can never count out this Norwich offense, who have rallied plenty of times late as of late. Has not come against the Bees, though, but it was a tremendous comeback effort last Saturday against New Britain, and that Bees bullpen that faltered that outing. Norwich put 10 runs up on the board, but just could not deliver the final punch, as the Bees would win it in 10 innings, 11-10. That was a slugfest, and not the version you normally see the Bees win these ball games. 2-1. Cut and a miss over top that slider.
Yeah, it's still great here. Even into the 7th inning, the pitch count starting to elevate, and this is a really important at-bat, more so to get Michael Fiataroni another at-bat in this ball game.
Even count, 2-2. Kusick trying to keep Norwich alive in the 7th inning. Waves and misses. And he is punched out. 8 Ks today. Garrett Garbinski shining bright in Norwich. 7 shutout frames. It's 4-0 New Britain on the Futures League Network. Streaming live on YouTube. SNSN Sports.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We're into the 8th inning tonight. Norwich asks Luke Cardman to enter here for the Sea Unicorns as he relieves Jacob Snyder, who made just an inning of work tonight out of the Norwich bullpen. Allowed 1 earned run, 1 unearned run in that 7th inning. He is the 4th pitcher used today for Zach Gitcher. Meanwhile, on the other side, Garrett Garbinski has rolled 7 shutout frames. So Luke Cardman is in, Catholic product from the D.C. area, who is been here briefly in Norwich, is called upon.
Hey, you mentioned the brevity. Just one inning pitched against these New Britain Bees on the 25th of July. That one inning, he had a hit and 2 runs earned. So these New Britain Bees got to him in the one time he saw him. We'll see how it goes this time.
From the stretch is Cardman, brother of Luke Cardman, an all-star for Norwich last summer. Deals the fastball outside, ball 1. Fans, the Burns Agency. Want the Burns Agency? Simplify your insurance needs. Go to theburnsagency.com to find out more. The Burns Agency, now part of Hub International. Sliced back foul. It's out of play. Batting here for New Britain is Nico Amicangelo. Nico today has a base hit. He's walked. And the 6-4 fielder's choice ground out. On 1-1, the kick and pitch. There's the curveball, strike 2.
And that's the pitch that in that first outing a little while ago that was not there. It just simply didn't find the zone, and it led to some trouble, a couple of runs, of course. But if he can spot the fastball, he's able to set up that curveball.
Always tough to adjust to a new rubber. Boy, just a piece of that curveball. How is that challenge handled when you go to a new mound for the first time? That was the first time Cardman was pushing off that Dodd Stadium rubber, and it did not go well for him. How do you settle in? On 1-2, downstairs 2-2.
You settle in purely on repetition. You have to be out there. You have to have a feel for it, and obviously with the 2 runs in the last outing and the 2-2 count here, it's starting to get a little more comfortable. However, you got to find the feel here quickly.
2-2. That's cut on and missed. He pulled the string on him. Luke Cardman by way of the K sends Amicangelo packing one gone.
Yeah, really good pitch. Probably the best pitch he's thrown here in Norwich. Just a simple curveball, 12-6 action. And does a really good job of location. That's what it is for him. Can he spot the fastball? He did it twice in that at-bat, able to set up the curveball anywhere he'd like.
Well, speaking of getting familiar with different rubbers, the pitch home. That's on the ground to short. Kenny Noe stopping in on it. He'll snap it across. 2 up, 2 down. Grady Shops retired. Jacob Mizorowski took a start for Milwaukee, and he was not shy to let his thoughts be known about the rubber at Angel Stadium.
No, he wasn't.
As he racked up plenty of strikeouts. He did lose that ball game, but he was not shy to let the media know he was not satisfied with the rubber at Angel Stadium.
Yeah, I think you're an Angel fan. You know it better than me. And different pitchers, especially at the big league level, have different preferences in mounds, and I guess for Miz, that's not one of them.
Kenny Noe make it 2 fine plays with the glove here in the 8th inning, and Luke Cardman far more effective his second time out. No bugs on the rubber here at Dodd Stadium. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and we will see if Garrett Garbinski comes back out for it. Take a break and step aside. 4-0 New Britain on the Futures League Network, live on YouTube, SNSN Sports. Corn fans, want to watch the Sea Unicorns like a VIP? Book a Dodd Stadium luxury suite, perfect for business outings, birthdays, or a night out with friends. Enjoy indoor and outdoor seating, a flat screen TV, your own private server, and the option to pre-order from our catering menu, all while catching every pitch in comfort. Order your luxury suite today for just $500 for up to 20 guests, or go big with a double suite for $900 and bring 40. Don't miss out. Call now, 860-887-7962, and reserve your suite today.
If you own rental property around here, you know how fast tenant calls, repairs, and rent collection can pile up. That's where Capital Property Group comes in. They handle everything: tenant screening, rent collection, maintenance, repairs, and day-to-day property and association management. Whether it's a long-term rental or a short-term property, they make ownership simple and stress-free. You own the property. They handle the headaches. Learn more at mycapitalteam.com. Capital Property Group, simplifying property ownership.
We're really looking forward to the possibility of working together. Absolutely. We believe this could be a great partner.
Mac Edmond makes a call to the bullpen here as we get set for the bottom of the 8th inning here tonight And Garrett Garbinski may be his best outing in the summer. 7 shutout frames tonight for the Yukon Husky. And he finishes tonight delivering under 80 pitches, allowed just 2 hits. He struck out 8 to looking, did not walk anybody. Boy, was he effective. He departs for the right-hander, Sean Maletti.
Maletti, the West Hartford, Connecticut native, the riser at Salve Regina this upcoming fall. 8.44 ERA with 11 strikeouts. He's 1-0. This is appearance 11, all of which out of the bullpen. Pitched in that game on July 25th here in Norwich. 1 clean inning out of the pen.
So Norwich will hope to get to the Bees bullpen here tonight. As we head to the finish line, Highway Campers wants to let you know home is where you park it. That's the motto for Highway Campers on Route 12 in Plainfield. Family owned since 1967. Camping season is here. Check out their inventory of new and used campers and park models at highwaycampers.com. Remember, home is where you park it. Here is Sean Maletti, greeted by Tyler Jones, in Norwich hoping for some better fortunes against the Bees bullpen here tonight. The 2 hits are off the bats of Carter Grand and David Pengel. 6, 7, and 8. Here's the righty pitch home. Jones in the air. Looping fly ball is going to hang up out there for Ben Kuja, who comes charging in on it. 1 gone. Still some important games to be played around the Futures League this week. Let's take a look at what is going on in Logan. Some big games to watch.
Yeah, especially tomorrow. Worcester trying to hold on. They'll be at LeLacheur Park. That's the big one. Westfield and Nashua, that game over there. Nashua's got to keep winning. Vermont, Worcester again. And then Worcester has 2 with Vermont, 1 on Friday as well. So those are going to be big series, especially for Norwich. Worcester and Norwich going back and forth. There'll be Vermont fans for that series.
That is a couple big games, and that's if you're Norwich, if you're trying to play to get into 3rd place. Boy, take your pick. Vermont and New Britain, both teams have their strengths. Is there an opponent that you feel is more favorable for Norwich? I understand the bus travel is certainly far better if you face the New Britain Bees. Which opponent is more favorable, though, by roster?
I'm going to say Vermont, and I think by roster, that is the key word there. And I'll get to it after in just a second.
Pitch to Ayers, big cut, strike 2.
And the reason is New Britain, I think their pitching staff, I think, will carry them through the postseason. Vermont has lost some pieces here right before that quote-unquote deadline, if you will, or freeze. And so I think New Britain may be the best team in this league, top to bottom.
Now the other point is that's a big bus trip to go to Vermont, and arguably would have to do it 3 times in the span of 3 days. Up, back, and back there, unless you sweep out your first-round opponent. 2-2 to Ayers. Waves and misses. Sean Maletti fans them. 2 outs. And, boy, that bus travel certainly not easy and really challenging when you are the lower seed in that matchup, when you are the group having to make the big trip twice.
Oh, it is, and it's the atmosphere up in Vermont as well. We've talked about that. Those fans up in Burlington really embrace this team. It's one of the best atmospheres here in the Futures League, and that's the other component. Can you find ways to beat the crowd? You're almost playing against 2 people.
Here is Carter Grand. He's got one of the 2 hits today for Norwich. And now when you factor in the bus trip, the crowd experience in Vermont, which I will say far better than New Britain, and just you go and look at the season attendance averages. Vermont is up at the top of the league for a reason, and they are very hard to beat at Centennial Park. However, the New Britain Bees and Norwich as a group, Sea Unicorns have really struggled in Burlington this summer. They've had all their success against New Britain on the road. 2-0 count on Carter Grand. Cuts and misses, strike 1.
And you mentioned that it's on the road. New Britain and Vermont are going to be the 1 and 2 seeds. It's about the seeding here for 3 and 4, and possibly 5 if Nashua can find a way to sneak in there. And that's what it is. Can you win more games in the postseason? But again, on the road, New Britain's the hottest team in the league. as Grand swings through strike 2.
Yeah, that was a grand swing, and he was empty there. So 2-2 count. Now, if you do see Vermont, it would almost make it near impossible to see Garrett Garbinski in that championship round with him pitching just 3 days prior. Grand is fanned here. Back-to-back punch-outs for Sean Maletti. We go to the 9th inning tonight in Norwich, just 2 hours old this ball game, and it's 4-0 for the visitors.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
To the 9th we go. Nope. To the 9th we go. Our apologies. I thought we still had an ad running. Maybe I should get my eyes checked. We go to the 9th inning here today. Luke Hardman was really good in the 8th inning for Norwich. Maybe his best outing of the summer as we get set for the 9th inning of action. We're just 2 hours into it here tonight. We're rolling right along. It was the Garrett Garbinski show here tonight, and he certainly delivered. Sean Maletti followed in his footsteps, added 2 more punch-outs, and the K rate has increased tonight. 10 strikeouts here today from New Britain pitching, and boy, they are a tricky group. From the stretches, Cardman, his offering downstairs 1-0 on Tyler Garbushian, and he is a guy that really was a big pickup, and he is a dynamic player playing second base. 1-0 in the air, right center field. Long run out there. It's to the alley. It is down at the wall, rounding second, Garbushian. He's flying out there. He'll get the stop sign there. It's a leadoff triple off the base of the wall in right center field, and the 5th run of the night is 90 feet away.
It sure is. This is a great piece of hitting from Garbushian. Pitches away there from Cardman. Able just to catch it with the wind. Bayer didn't have a chance at this. Pengel certainly not, as it just got behind him too fast. And George Slauson, one of the best RBI men this league has probably ever seen at the plate.
And the infield will come in, and that really makes it difficult to make a play defensively. Here's the big question now you ask yourself. Do you start Garrett Garbinski in game 1, or would you go Trey LeMay game 1? And if somehow it does not go as planned, on a bouncing ball to second, stumbling Grand, that'll freeze the base runner Garbushian at third, 1 out. Do you toss Garrett Garbinski in a must-win game 2? Or do you put him out there game 1 and say, hey, I'm going to show my best in game 1. You believe in him. You know you're going to have a really good chance to take a 1-0 series lead. Or do you save him?
You use him. Because if you use him, you can also use him in the back half of the championship series if they were to make that as well.
1 out, Tim Hennig bats. You know he's going to be used every game in this postseason run. And I would imagine as the line gets a little shorter to the end of the regular season, many of the regulars for Mac Edmonds' side will be taken off their feet. And they know they are almost locked into second place unless they go perfect in the final week, and Vermont loses out the rest of the way, which is nearly impossible. Despite some of the players that will be coming off the roster, Gertzma, one of those guys that will leave And the other SEC individuals, too, that will depart for their college. 2-0 pitch misses, and it moves to a 3-ball count. And the Lake Monsters are in full control. 7-0 on top of Lowell at Centennial Field. Cardman's 3-0. Up top, he walked him. So it's a 4-pitch walk to Tim Hennig. And runners are at the corners, and Norwich will return to double play depth.
It's about minimizing pitches here. You don't want to use an arm in the bullpen here. That is the big thing. You want to get 2 outs, of course, and I think Cardman's going to stay in here. There is someone up in the pen. I believe it's Will Greger down there. But you have to think about it. There's 2 games tomorrow. You're down 4 runs in this game. You have a home game on Thursday, and you're not off until the postseason if you were to make it.
Ball 1 just missed. Another borderline call on an ever-revolving strike zone today for John DiGirolamo. 1-0 here on Vincent Lombardo, taking for a called strike, and that looked worse than ball 1.
There is such thing as a makeup call. I'm never somebody to get on the umpires, but that's kind of what it looked like. That was way low.
So Cardman gets a beneficial call. 1-1 count. This is in the air, looping pop-up, foul territory. Mike Fiataroni land, 2 outs.
Big out there. Well done by Cardman. Just runs a 2-seamer in on the hands of Lombardo. Fiataroni makes an easy play.
Here's Owen Rich. He'll dig into the back of the lefty box. Such elite speed coming to the plate. And he has reached his last on an error. Base hit today and has flied out twice. Kusick set up outside. Here's the offering to the backstop. Charging home and scoring on the wild pitch is Garbushian. Make it 5-0.
Yeah, just didn't have any good mechanics here. Too tall and spikes it right in the ground. Didn't extend enough with that leg. You can see just nice and short. Kusick had no chance at it, and another run in.
So the Bees add on to their lead here. The pitch home. This is a fly ball out to center field. David Pengel cuts it down in a hurry. A run comes in on a Luke Cardman wild pitch. 5-0 New Britain. We go to the bottom of the 9th tonight. The Sea Unicorns hoping to break up a shutout bid as we go there. Unicorn fans, ready to rep your Norwich Sea Unicorns? Dive into the point-of-sale team store. From hats and jerseys to gear that covers every base, show your Sea Unicorn spirit and style. From ballpark essentials to unique souvenirs, there's something for every fan in the pod. Stop by during any home game or shop anytime at seaunicorns.milbstore.com. That's seaunicorns.milbstore.com. The point-of-sale team store has you covered all season long. The middle, Irizarry charging in, fires to first. No hitter tonight for Hector Alejandro. The Norwich Sea Unicorns are back-to-back future league champions. Turning around third, coming home to score is Fiataroni. Say goodnight to the Bees. Bryce Detweiler calls game in the 12th inning. Walsh charges in. He snaps it across the diamond. Say goodnight to the Bees. 3 straight championships in the Rose City. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning tonight. New arm in the ball game for New Britain is the right-hander Alex Casey will enter after impeccable work from Sean Maletti. Struck out a pair, and Norwich still held to just 2 hits tonight against this Bees pitching staff, which is tops in the Futures League. Logan, what should we know about the new right-hander that enters in the 9th?
One of the best arms in the Futures League in 18 innings, 14 strikeouts, 1.5 ERA. This is appearance number 8. Appearance number 6 out of the pen as well.
New Britain going for their 3rd shutout win of the summer and their 2nd against Norwich. One of those victories was at New Britain Stadium. It was 2-0, and Jacob Schrag was the starting pitcher responsible for that loss. And a very eerily similar feel here tonight with Jacob Schrag, who got the start and surrendered a couple of runs. In his outing here today, they both came in the third inning. 2 runs in the third, 2 more in the 6th inning. And check that, in the 7th, and a run in the 9th. 5 for New Britain, 5 runs on 7 hits. The offering home to David Pengel is a heater gunned down Broadway, strike 1. Pengel has one of the 2 hits today for Norwich. It was on a single to left field, 9-1-2 in the 9th. He cracks away, strike 2, foul.
This is the guy to do it against in this pen right now. One of the guys that is struggling. 5 1/3 innings over the last 2 appearances. 5 hits, 3 runs.
Would imagine Matt Gedman would get him out of there before things inch closer to a tie ball game here. 2 strike count on Pengel. He takes for ball 1. Norwich back in action tomorrow, a doubleheader, and Joe Pitts will take the mound, the Yukon Husky.
2-2, 22 1/3, 32 hits, 3.63 ERA. The big one is those 20 strikeouts. He's been dominant the last couple times out.
He is responsible for 5 no-hit innings this summer against the Westfield Starfires, and that came in a part of a doubleheader sweep. Sea Unicorns are 4-0 over their last 2 doubleheaders. The 2-2 home. Pengel lifts it foul on the first base side. So a win of any variety is all Norwich needs to punch their ticket. And barring a miraculous 9th inning, Norwich will have to wait to punch their ticket tomorrow against Westfield. 2-2 count on Pengel, the offering. Downstairs, 3-2.
Casey, all he has to do is throw strikes here. Put the ball in play. Law of odds is on your side. 70% of those are going to be outs, and that means you win a ball game.
Pengel fighting here with 2 strikes. He punches one in the air, way foul, and out of play. So this is a Norwich group hoping to build good habits into the final week of the regular season, and more importantly, against opponents that are postseason bound. This is one of them, and Norwich has had their struggles against the Bees, just 3 and 5 against New Britain. There is ball 4. So David Pengel with a really good at-bat starts it out, and for the first time tonight, the leadoff man will reach for Norwich, turn it over, Kenny Noe.
It's so important because you give Mike Fiataroni at least a chance of coming up to the plate. You try to build an inning. These guys are what you want to do. Kenny Noe, TJ Bayer, Mike Fiataroni. Those guys have no hits tonight.
Pengel has a steal today, and he's the only man to reach scoring position. The offering from Casey's upstairs, 1-0.
I bet Wirtz doesn't even throw down. If Pengel wants the bag, I think he can have it. They don't want to make an error, lead to a big inning. I wouldn't even run. It's not worth it. You're down 5 runs. You essentially mean nothing over there at first base.
Here's the pitch to Noe. Fouls one back. I understand you're trailing by 5 runs, but you also have to think of situations when in the 9th inning or later, or 8th inning or later, you need the 1 run, and why not try to execute to make sure that run comes home to score? We'll see what they do with Pengel. He's not being held on. It's fouled back, strike 2.
I just think when you have runners that have been so hard to come by tonight, of course Garbinski dominated, and he's a huge part of that, but Pengel's been on. Of course, he's stolen a base, but he's stolen a good pitch. You don't want to get thrown out. That is the worst thing that can happen, obviously, and I just don't think it's worth the risk. 1 or 2 runs, I get it. 5, not really. You're trying to build something.
See if Noe can build here with 2 strikes against the right-hander Alex Casey on the hill. He's offering in the air, popped him up. Foul territory by the Bees dugout. It's out of the mitt of the third baseman, Nico Amick-Angelo. And Noe gets a gift.
So Amicangelo never reads this ball correctly. He slides, and you're never really supposed to slide in this situation, especially because the ball ended up behind him. Didn't get a good jump. He was more shifted towards shortstop and just overslid it.
Would it be interesting if Casey would meet with Powers, both Woburn, Mass natives? And Alex Casey working from the stretch, arm dangling from the right side on the first base side of the mound. His pitch home. Outside heater, 2-2.
I'll give credit to Norwich. That they always make it interesting here in this ninth inning. You never feel like they're out of it. And credit to this coaching staff, because I feel like, again, 2 months ago, that may have happened.
So Noe trying to unlock something with 2 strikes. He's punched out on a nasty breaking ball. There's 1 out.
Yeah, this is a great pitch. Probably the best so far from Casey. Nice little slurve, if you will. More downward action for the curveball than anything. It's just able to have Noe off balance, which he was for the majority of that at bat.
11 Ks now for Bees pitching. And they have been sharp. Here's TJ Bayer, hoping to pass the baton for Fiataroni. Takes the high heat, ball 1.
You give credit. These at-bats are much better here late in the game. You almost wanted to see that earlier on.
Yep.
You know, seeing 4 or 5 pitches, make him quality at-bats against Garbinski. But he just dominates the zone so much where it gets in the hitter's head where you have to be attacked early.
Will be interesting to see that scorecard from Joe DeLanzo as far as quality at-bats are concerned. Bayer is caught with a piece of 1. And there are 2 on here in this 9th inning. Bring up Mike Fiataroni. And this is the guy you wanted to come to the plate. So Bayer reaches. Pangol on at second. And just the slightest piece of that baseball got TJ Bayer. And you have to ask yourself the question. Exactly that. Where were those at-bats? And really overpowered tonight by Garrett Garbinski. No doubt. Overmatched by Sean Maletti. And you said it, the numbers of Alex Casey have not been good. He has been touched up his last couple outings. But you cannot allow yourself to be overwhelmed by the best. Almost a defeated look before you step into the box. And those at-bats certainly expose that. It's 0-1 on Fiat, the pitch. He lifts this in the air to center field, a base hit. David Pangol's going to get the wave. Fiataroni racing into second. RBI, 1-out double. Give him hits in 13 straight games. And Norwich is on the board in the 9th inning.
They sure are. We talked about Casey's struggle. Leaves the changeup right over the plate. You could tell by the balance of Fiat that he was going to be on it. He was. No chance, of course, for Lombardo. Makes a good throw. He might have Fiat at second base. And New Britain's on their heels here, even though it's a 4-run difference.
So the 2 Woburn, Mass natives will get to square off. Alex Casey and the left-handed hitting Jackson Powers. 2 men in scoring position. And the lid tightens a little bit as the air starts to get sucked in the 9th inning. Powers lifts one in the air. It is foul down the right field side.
The heart sank a little bit. You thought that was going to get down. And J.P. Cusick is on deck. I think you pinch hit in that situation. It looks like it looks like it's going to be Jones. But I feel like you got to go with somebody that has had a little more success against the right-hander. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Powers has to keep it moving, though. He's backed up inside 1-1. To the point, though, against the best arms. Norwich raised their level against Thomas Harding. Arguably a top 10 arm in the Futures League this summer. Found a way against him. Today against New Britain, the attack plan was not there. Norwich hoping to discover it in the 9th. Pitch to Powers, drilled foul, strike 2. We know it, as everybody knows it in the postseason. Everybody's level of play raises. How do you match it for Norwich?
It does, and the thing is, it's the defense and the pitching that usually raises. Norwich's thing is they have to have the offense there as well.
2 strikes on Powers. The pitch home. Change up. Slow roller on the first base side will produce a run. Bayer scores. It is 5-2, but there are 2 outs, and the final hope is in the bat of J.P. Cusick.
I love JP Cusick. No doubt about it. I just think this is a pitch hitting situation. JP so far today has flown out, lined out, and struck out. Of course, a couple of good at-bats against Garbinski, but you want to give yourself the best chance. You still have catchers available on the bench, and I would find a way to use them.
So it is a 3-run game in the 9th inning. Here's the pitch to Cusick. Cuts away at strike one. I would imagine if it was a tying run on at third, maybe a pinch hit him, but why not get his at-bats in and really meaningful ones? Here's the 0-1. This is lifted in the air out to right field. It'll hang up out there for Ben Kuja, and that is the ball game tonight. So Norwich gets a couple of runs in the 9th inning, but not enough after trailing by 5 runs. So the Bees win it. Now 15 games over 500, and they got their work done rather quickly here tonight. Garrett Garbinski shined brightly for the Bees, a big part of a win on a Tuesday night as the Bees continue to storm through the Futures League and are a perfect 4-0 in 4 trips to the Rose City. The loss tonight drops Norwich back into 4th place, and will have to wait a little longer to punch their postseason ticket. Take a break and step aside. The Sea Unicorns postgame wrap-up is up after this.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
You buy better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
Dinosaur Place is roaring fun for all ages. Have you ever driven by the Big Dino on Route 85 in Montville, Connecticut? Stop in and check out what's behind the fences. Jurassic adventures await you. The Dinosaur Place is the largest dinosaur-themed family fun park in New England. A lot of value for one-of-a-kind attractions. Over 100 life-size dinosaurs, nature trails, and playscapes. Visit our popular T-Rex Tower and zero-depth dino-themed splash pad. Plan your next adventure. Go to thedinosaurplace.com.
Looking for the perfect shed? Come to SCR Structures and Sheds in North Franklin. Whether you're buying or renting to own, we've got you covered with 90 days, same as cash, and guaranteed price matching on any competitor's advertised shed of the same quality. That's scr-structures.com. That's SCR Structures and Sheds, built right, priced right here in North Franklin. scr-structures.com.
A quick one tonight, just 2 hours and 21 minutes, and the Bees get their work done quickly. Win the ball game 5-2, 15 games over 500. And Garrett Garbinski, boy, was he as advertised tonight. Run me the highlights because, boy, did he dominate.
Yeah, he was great, whether it be the fastball, the slider, putting the ball on the ground. It's just all the different things to get guys out that we talked about in the pregame show. Garbinski did at an elite level. We mentioned he's going to pitch in the postseason. Whether you pitch him game 1 or 2, he's got to be your game 1 starter to set the tone.
He sure has to be, because look at this stuff tonight. It was daunting. All 4 of his pitches worked. The fastball, good luck. Curveball, see you later. The changeup, swing and miss stuff today, and that slider was running everywhere, and it created all sorts of pain tonight. Norwich mustering just 2 hits against Garrett Garbinski, struck out 8, just one man into scoring position tonight over the first 8 innings, and simply will not get the job done.
It won't, and only 2 hits through the first 8 innings of the ballgame. He got 2 hits there in the 9th, and it's just simply not good enough. The at-bats were too quick. They're not good enough contact as well. It was not a good product tonight, and I think they'll take it and learn from it. That's the thing at this point of the year. One of the keys to the game was be creative. Find a way to learn a little bit from this team, and I think they did. They learned, okay, Garbinski's going to get you in the first 3 pitches. You have to attack. I think they're a little patient at times, and then at times later in his start, they were too quick. It's just about finding that balance.
So Norwich will try to hope for some more balance against Garrett Garbinski, but that would have to come in the postseason. Norwich is now in 4th place in the Futures League standings with today's loss. The Worcester Bravehearts had today off. They return to action tomorrow, but they are now 27 and 27. The Unicorns fall a game back of 500. So with things sitting now, it is first place Vermont. Norwich would have to travel to. Lake Monsters taking care of business here today, just about set to lock up the best record here in the summer of 2026. They are a team that will lose some pieces, but your takeaways tonight, far better in the 9th inning, and maybe the best stuff offensively came in the 9th inning, but it came a bit too late.
Yeah, I think a couple of the big ones are the errors. 2 in the same inning, those led to New Britain runs. It just can't happen. This team is too good offensively and on the pitching staff as well, and throw in the defense because that's gold glove as well. So they're too good of a team to make mistakes on. That was the one thing you learned. Number 2 is that you can play with this team. Here it's been a difficult situation so far this year, have not won a game against them. However, on the road, where they're hopefully going to play at least one game, and they might see them twice. So that might be an advantage to them. So it's all about learning here in this experience and finding different ways to learn. And what is really important next week is to beat them.
Jacob Schrag took the baseball today for Zach Etcher, and he cruised along for his first 2 innings. Had 4 strikeouts mixed in there, and then things became unglued in the 3rd inning tonight, and the walk rate quickly rose.
And you mentioned it. It's the walks for him. When he's around the zone and he's putting the ball in play, he's a really effective arm. When he's walking people, giving out free passes, and then putting himself in situations that are less than ideal, that's when he runs into trouble.
How do you learn from that outing for Jacob Schrag? Because he is a guy that is expected to make a start in the postseason. Vermont or New Britain, whoever it might be in round 1, you can't help them out.
You can't help them out, and you learn. You can't walk people. You got to be around the zone, take some risk. I thought he was a little too cautious tonight, especially with Slauson, especially with Garbushian. Just those guys are power hitters. I think it got to him a little bit mentally, and you learn from it. Those guys, of course, can hit, but again, it's on your side. 70% of the times you're going to get those men out.
We talked about the defense here today, but one play in particular will take home our DB Lunt Field Electric play of the game on the birthday for David Pengel. Look at the gift he finds here on his birthday in early August.
Yeah, finding different ways there. That's Powers that makes the play. He made a great play, too. Both of them out there, they've been great over there throughout the year, and it's about that outfield here. This time you're going to get the Pengel. You get a 2-for-1 special as well. Pengel reads this right off the bat here, then extends at the last second and kicks up a little bit of dirt for style points.
Unbelievable catch out there, and maybe the best outfield defense in the Futures League is spotted here in the Rose City. Jackson Powers in left field, and boy, I tell you what, that defense was not there as early on. He's really become comfortable. That is a tough left field to play here at Dodd Stadium. He has done a tremendous job. Same in right field with TJ Bayer. Those are not easy corners to handle, and it is vast territory, both in left field and right field. David Pengel all summer. We knew he was going to be good for his glove. He's figured it out a bit offensively. He did have one of the 2 hits. You have to like the outfield trio you're bringing into the playoffs.
You do, and I think you're right. They are the best here in the Rose City with the 3. I think there are some better individual outfielders, but as it relates to the group, it's them. It's Powers, it's Bayer, and the Pengel in the middle of the 2 defensively, of course. But when they have their bats on, they're unbeatable.
The 2 errors were both committed in the same inning, and we spoke about it. Boy, does the lid tighten against some of the best teams in the Futures League. And you go down by the win and loss column. 7 of Norwich's last 10 wins are against non-playoff opponents as the playoffs stand right here, right now. And tonight is going to be a loss against a playoff-bound opponent. And you really feel like those defensive miscues really make it challenging, especially when you go up against one of the top staffs.
It is, and it's by 2 guys that are veterans of this group, Mike Fiataroni and Kenny Noe. And we mentioned it in the pregame show. Kenny's been great with the bat all year. It has been that defense at times that has let this team down in certain situations. Rare error from Mike there, but you mentioned it. It's all about learning that position. I'm curious if he's there in the playoffs, whether he's in another infield spot. That'll be up to the manager, and we'll see exactly how it goes. But I think it is serviceable. It's just one of those one-off mistakes.
No doubt about that. Joe Pitts is on the rubber tomorrow. The Yukon Husky against a Starfires group he was dominant against his last Sunday here. That was a part of a doubleheader. Norwich did sweep it. He's hoping to set the tone tomorrow.
Yeah, he really is, and he's been great all year. Of course, recently, he's been awesome. He's part of that no-hit situation that eventually got broken up a little while ago. So he's just got to continue to throw the ball against them. Westfield definitely knows in the back of their mind they're trying to play spoiler at this point.
That's going to wrap things up on our show here on a Tuesday night. The Bees are winners 5-2. This ball game taking 2 hours and 21 minutes. Garrett Garbinski will earn the victory tonight. The loss to Jacob Schrag. The Bees 5 runs on 7 hits. They did not commit any errors. Norwich 2 runs on 3 hits. 2 errors committed defensively. They see the Westfield Starfires tomorrow for 2. Game 1 is at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Game 2 will begin 45 minutes after the completion of Game 1. Big doubleheader tomorrow. How do you respond against the Starfires?
Get that one game in Game 1, relax a little bit, get some of those guys off their feet for Game 2, be ready to go, try to win as many games as possible, but you want to win this game earlier rather than later. Nashville will be back in action tomorrow night as well.
Silver Knights will be in action tomorrow. We'll set up a big day in the Futures League. Norwich hoping to stamp their ticket in to the postseason playoff field. 3 of the 4 teams are already in. The Lake Monsters, the Bees, and yesterday's win for Worcester has them in to the 2026 playoffs. Norwich hoping to get there for the 4th straight summer. We will have to wait another day. Bees are winners tonight, 5-2, your final score. For everybody with the Norwich Sea Unicorns, Nick DeRue, our broadcast producer and engineer, Mark Benway, Jaden, Mike Minarski on our cameras, my broadcast partner, team reporter, Logan Rundy. I'm Adam Plager saying so long and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.
Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
We've been telling you for years you buy better at Burns, but you need to know just how much better the Burns Agency's gotten. Last year, we joined forces with Hub International to bring our current and future customers an even stronger product offering, exceptional service practices, and the most competitive insurance options available. Our integration with Hub makes the team at the Burns Agency that you know and trust stronger, more accessible, and positioned to better serve you in this ever-changing insurance landscape. Call, email, or visit us today in all the same easy ways. The Burns Agency, now a division of Hub International, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better. So much better it burns. Right.